take dancing lights through another day in the world of Elsperia. Join us as we continue to discover and explore. Joining me, we have... well, that guy's not here. Borden, the Dwarven Cleric of Kazia.
Hello.
Insidaria, a divine warlock of a light goddess named Illumina.
This is a random goddess, yeah.
She's not random. We have Oscar, the half-elf draconic sorcerer of fiery things. We have Isabella, the druid of a circle of moons. Say hi, Lexi.
I did. I said hello.
Okay, I didn't hear you. Yeah, sorry, you did cut out. Sorry. And then we have...
Yard.
oh, did he make it?
Yep.
He made...
And then we have Zareth, the half-elf late assassin rogue.
Hey, I got all about the dinner table.
Oh, okay. That's...
we knew.
we called it. Good. Welcome back. Or welcome. Anyway. And then we also have Draken, the halfling dragonborn mixed tonic of a monk. Question mark?
Hi.
So, just to
You
kind
won't
of...
let me have my...
I don't let a lot of people have anything. What are you talking about? Anyway, so recapping last session and the reason why the music is still intense, Draken was revived as a halfling with a reincarnation spell. There was a lovely book about the wind currents that was delivered to the temple by Borden. Cindy went on a horse ride with Izza. That went splendid. There was a gaze put on Sydney through Borden because medicine needs to stay in certain places, apparently. Oscar came back with Zareth from a chaotic mess, and Zareth is on the road to regaining most of his lost possessions. And then there was Smiles. Keyword was, as the group managed to stop Smiles from assassinating Cindy, and managed to take her out before she can return to whence she came. And we open up at that epic ending as the ashes disappear into the air. And you're all kind of like left with this, most of you anyway, with the achievement that finally we got that bitch. And then the others are like, I don't even know what just happened. So, just coming back from all of that. It's quiet. It's eerily quiet, and I think the battle music might be just a hair loud. Let me go ahead and turn that down. But, yeah, what are you guys doing after you vanquish Smiles? You just saw Oscar up there doing the Gatling gun.
Basically one of the laser gatlings from Fallout.
Alright, stay on key here. What are you doing? Yeah, what are we
I'll
doing?
dispel the sun that I basically made.
Okay.
And I'm right beside Cindy, watching.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
it's
keep.
still bleeding badly.
Yeah, Sydney, there's
I'm-
like 2 wound marks from the arrows. They seem to be scarring over, so they're kind of like with you permanently now.
I'm gonna step back and keep my distance from Cindy because she smells.
Yeah, I think we all
myself as
take a
well.
Oh yeah, she took a dump on herself. I forgot about that part. Yeah, she tried to get into the outhouse and didn't quite open, did it?
Someone locked it.
I guess it was busy. But, Oscar, you're up on your flying broom. What are you doing now?
So, the ashes that fell, is there any hope to reclaim them?
No, they kind of blew into the wind and you're too high up to actually gather them up.
Alright.
I mean, if you want
There's
to
no
roll...
one else.
if you want to roll an investigation, and if you hit the natural 20, I could say you can get a speck of it.
I'm willing to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I can give you the shot. I'm not gonna just... There you go. Now, you try, and you're reaching out, like maybe you had a satchel or something, you try to reach out, but the ashes just kind of reflect away from the wind that you're creating, and scatter further away from you as you try to get closer. And then they
How
just...
is all the people in the tavern reacting?
There's a small crowd that heard some rapid fire explosions. And they're all coming out to see what's going on. You can see a couple drunkards looking around like, well, what just happened? Why is that guy flying? What's all this shit going on out here? And another guy's up by the outhouse trying to open the door. Who locked this? Is there somebody in there? Hey! Get out! I gotta go!
Look, everyone, everything is fine. Don't worry. Just don't worry. Everything is fine here.
I'm going to disappear into the shadows.
No, make a stealth check. And where are you heading? Just out of sight from everybody?
Yes, just
Alright.
out of sight.
Alright, go ahead and make that stealth check. What's everybody else doing?
I'm
Really
flying right
quick,
down the
I-
road.
I feel like healing myself up a little bit more.
Alright. What's
When I
is
spend the last
what's Izzy
I'm
doing?
still hanging around Cindy.
I would like to run up onto the roof and check out for if there's anyone else shady around.
Do you have second story? Otherwise
Second story.
otherwise I need an athletics check.
I can run up vertical surface.
Okay, that's what I was asking. Do you have something that lets you just do it? Alright.
Hmm
You-
I can just run up the wall.
Make an investigation as you get to the top.
Investigation.
Mm.
Okay. It's not my best. It's better though than no.
You can see like the footprints of where she left them whenever she was up here. But as far as seeing anything else, you don't see a thing. The air feels kind of still though.
I was thinking doing a perception check, looking out for other people, like in the shadows from a higher.
Well, I'll make a perception then.
31.
You see where Zareth is hiding.
Yeah, at least he tried. Well,
But yeah, there's nobody skulking about. Like everybody's out in the open if they're out in the open. And nobody looks.
I'm just gonna sit up there and look out, keep a lookout.
Alright, now what's everybody else doing? Zareth's into shadows. What's Borden up to?
I mean, my job for the night's kind of done.
Hefting the hammer over your shoulder like, yep, job done.
So, other than, you know,
So Oscar lands probably next to Borden, perhaps?
Yeah. She's dead.
still a few to go.
Yes, but at least that's one down.
I'll hop down next to them and say, what?
That'd be a better question for our roguish.
And you literally know where he is.
Oh, okay, I'll walk right up to Zareth and then who was that?
And Zareth, you just been found.
I'm starting to understand how you ended up in that alleyway.
Look, I'm just asking questions, okay?
Yes,
You just looked
He
like you were
was no
hanging out
one.
over here.
she lost her right to call herself anything a very long time ago.
I mean, I'm just looking for clarification on why we murdered the fuck out. Well, you guys, I couldn't do anything. She was too far away. Also, I can't fucking kick right. And he'll kind of like look at his stubby legs.
It is kind of amusing watching his Dragonborn used to be try to do his movements through a new form.
Actually, I feel like I should have made an like athletics or acrobatics, but
No, if you have the ability. Alright, so anyway. I would say
Anyway.
Area actually comes out from the tavern going, what the hell is all this nonsense that's going on back here? Hey, there's a party inside. Why are you all out here? Get your bloated asses back in there and drink. And she's just kind of like escorting people back in.
Well, I won't say no to a drink. Walks in. Oh, that's right, no drink.
Tries to follow.
Look, I turn back to my sister as I hear her starting to say that, and I'm like, fine, no alcohol. I understand.
Yeah. So this orange-haired
You know,
human...
I was never really.
Go ahead. I was just trying to let you know what you're looking at.
I was never really drunk.
Yeah. So Aria is this orange-haired woman, for those who don't know, and she's been kind of like hanging out with Ninny and her crew. And she's just like, are you guys coming in or what? The drinks are still getting warm if you don't hurry up. And most of the people are coming back in.
I'm gonna prestidigitation myself one more time because I still feel unclean.
You could
And
probably,
that's
you do so, and the stench still smells like it's there, like it's actually in your nose more than it's on your clothes.
Can I provide a help with this prestidigitation?
Ah, sure you could.
With
Like,
mine?
yeah, would you like to empower it?
No, I'm trying to clean.
Do the deep wash.
Unclean.
That is a
Oscar,
question.
good job, Matt.
Would prestidigitation actually clean up shit, especially if it's in your pants?
After a while, maybe.
I mean, that's a thought for another time. Yeah, you get yourself cleaned up. We'll worry about the rest later. There's this giant turd that's floating in the air, and then it falls over by the outhouse.
She can make herself smell better with it too, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could spray shit with perfume. It's still gonna smell like shit.
Instantly clean or soil object no longer larger than 1 cubic feet.
It's got to go somewhere though, so it goes over there by the outhouse.
I'm just gonna sit down and be like, after all that bullshit, I think I need one drink. I deserve one drink. Come on, just one. What can I get for
A
3
half.
copper?
It better be half.
I mean, I only have 3 copper.
Don't give
I
him
say.
a finger. He's gonna take the entire thing.
That's right. No, Draken. No.
Hey, you can't control. Well, I mean, you can't control me. I owe you one. But
Looms
it's
over
one-
her brother. You
So-
want a pet?
You don't scare me. I'm still your older brother. I point up to her face.
Aria's kind of like staring at the two of you. Is like, older brother. Look, will you guys quit making a ruckus out here and get your asses inside already?
I thought we were
Well,
inside.
nobody's telling me they walked in. That's what I'm.
Yeah, I'm going in.
I'm waiting for everyone.
I carry Draken by the height of his clothes, like
You
his
better
shirt
make
collar.
some sort of check to grab me, cause
Oh, I'm going to.
Athletics.
six with that action?
No. This is
It's
them.
okay.
Athletics and acrobatics.
Let's see.
Athle-
Athletics?
Yep.
yeah. I rolled bad.
Damn it.
You rolled worse.
You slip out of her
Nope,
grip.
nope. The slap
Anyway,
her hands.
as you walk back in, you can see the group of girls that were performing before just kind of like standing up, and they're all like, Aria comes walk back in. Look, I try to corral him back in, but this kind of ruins the mood. Well, everybody, thanks for coming. And she picks up like a top hat that was set out for tips. And then the girls are like getting ready to leave. So if there's anything, like, did you guys want Ninny's attention at all, or Liana? She's here.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to try to stop her.
Yeah, so you can.
I'm not sure who these people are. So.
Yeah, stay tuned to the story. You'll learn as you go. Liana sees you approach. Oh, Oscar, how you been?
Good. How has she been treating you?
Well, she heard my request to travel, and I wanted to come back into Timor and do some more of these shows, and we put together a dance routine to go with the music, so, yay. But,
I'll still get you out of that. I just need more time. I haven't made much progress.
well, you do what you need to do. So far, it's not as bad as it could be. It could be 10 times worse. At least I didn't get sent to hell, right? Then you wouldn't even know where I am.
Alright.
It'll work out, I'm sure it will. And I know you'll think of something. You always do. She kind of gives you a little pat on the cheek.
Who's your friend, Oscar?
Nobody.
Did you
Oh,
just
okay.
call me nobody? Slap! Playful slap. Gives you a playful slap, but you're like, I am Liana, thank you very much. I'm his sister. Well, stepsister.
Half.
Oh,
Half sister.
it's very nice to meet you. I'm Drake and Darkrose at your service. I hold out my hand
Hey.
upwards.
Take notes. That's how a sister and brother should react.
Whatever.
She does not shake your hand.
Why not? I'm
Because
an
you're
okay
over here
boy.
yelling at your sister. And she's like, I don't know if I want to know you. She just simply says, a pleasure. But, yeah, everything's working out fine. She kind of, like, turns away from you, Drake, and to finish her conversation. And she's like,
We'll go back to the table.
yeah.
Yeah,
Get them
I'll
to
follow.
room.
Yeah,
I
and...
haven't.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I haven't heard from you in a while. Do you still have your stone?
She pulls open a bag and says, yeah, I still got it. I didn't want to bother you. I thought you were busy, doing stuff, like you always do.
Yeah.
But, I figured you would have contacted me if it was dire, and... I mean, I'll start calling if you want me to. I mean, I just didn't want to bother you.
No, it's fine.
Alright, well, we're going to be staying here tonight if you need to stop by or anything. And
Alright.
she'll give you a room number in case you did want to stop by later on to talk to her in more detail. I better get back with them and see what we're going to be doing for tonight, for supper and all that, so... And she just kind of pats you on the shoulder and says, it'll work out, don't worry. And as she's walking away, you can still see the metallic visibility of part of the collar underneath her cloaks, but for the most part, she's keeping the collar really cloaked over.
Oh, is she? Never mind.
So, I'm going to just do a real quick flash of detect magic and look. What skull is the collar?
It's obscured, like something purposely obscures it.
Okay.
Like it looks like a dark shadow as you're looking at it around her neck.
Okay.
And you can see one on Asmaria, but Aria doesn't have one, and nor does Ninny. Though you could probably make out whatever magical items they might have on them.
Yeah, I was more or less just wanting to know the skull, and that's it.
Yeah. I'm just trying to give you more details that you would get anyway. See if it might trigger something else happening. Alright, but yeah, things are settling down, so we can leave that. We'll go into a peaceful state. So, the entertainment has retired for tonight. Everybody's still welcome to drink, as there's still a crowd of people here who are drinking away the night. And most people don't have a clue what just happened, other than hearing a bunch of explosions. So there's like conversation pieces where people are like, did you hear all that popping noise earlier? That was weird, wasn't it? And yeah, you guys are like the only ones that know the full story. One barmaid actually walks up to Sydney and asks, Are you okay, miss?
I'm okay-ish. Probably need a little more healing. Maybe a good night's rest.
Yeah. Looks like you've been stabbed through the chest a couple times. Just kind of noticing the reddish marks protruding just above your, like, shoulder
Kinda
blade.
was.
You need something to drink or anything?
One glass of water.
Just-
Alcohol's not my forte.
Alright. And she'll go get you water. And she'll also take everybody else's order as she's going around to refill everybody.
What can I get for 3 copper?
Watered down ale.
I'll just have water.
I'll take an L, please.
Okay. And she'll run off to get your drinks, checking up on anybody else who wants to chime in with something different.
I'm still nurturing that pill that I ordered with the shop.
Yeah, it's gotten a little warm since you last touched it. But yeah, it's still drinkable. And the barmaid comes back with everybody's drinks that they ordered, water for those, and then ale for the others, and anything else that you might have ordered while waiting.
How much does that cost?
All together for everybody?
No, just me.
Just you? Oh, well then it's like maybe a silver piece.
Okay, I toss her a silver piece.
Okay.
Do the same.
And those who ordered water are actually giving her a tip, so she's happy. Oh, nice. Tip for water. Good for me. Anyway, and she'll hurry back to her station and keep tending to the other keepers. Is there anything else you want to do in the tavern at this time?
Not for me.
No, I'm just relaxing and drinking.
My favorite
Looking at my
food
brother. So good.
Yeah, Sydney, what's on Sydney?
Hey.
What's on Sydney's mind?
Do you want to
after
see?
that? Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna ask Isabella. Hey, you want to see a magic trick here? Just give me a silver. Like, you'll get it back. Trust me.
No.
Please. It's a magic trick. Come on.
I'll give him a silver.
Okay, who is it? Oscar.
Yes.
Right. You see the silver? I bet you I can turn this silver into 5. Now, just watch. And I would like to sleight of hand try to get 5 coins out of his purse
Oh, no.
and make it look like I made 5 coins come out of nowhere.
Make a sleight of hand, and Oscar make a perception check.
God, I suck at this.
Wow! 5
Whoosh.
coins out of 1.
5. Here you go, my good sir. 5 extra coins. Magic.
Don't you mean 4?
With the 4, yeah, that's right, 4.
In any rate, I am taking all of them and putting them in one pocket.
You add none, but you don't take away any, because I'm not gonna steal money from you. Normally, I'd steal money.
You don't have to say that.
I don't say that out loud.
Yeah, be careful what you say. We'll take you serious. Alright, so with all that going on,
Current dragon, you're not as bad as it seems.
Look, I'm just a little rusty right now. I haven't done magic in a while. You know,
Yeah, magic.
you know what I mean. I kind of, you know what I mean. We get each other. I touch my nose.
We're gonna pull a coin out of that now.
I pull a coin out of my nose. It's 1 copper.
oh dear lord.
We already knew I had this.
Alright.
I'm gonna look at Cindy and Cindy, would you like me to cast Cure Wounds on you?
I think a good night rest would do me good. But if you want to, it's up to you.
I don't have my dragonborn resistance.
I'll do that.
Alright.
At 5th level.
Ooh. She pulling out the big guns. So 21 points.
Wow.
You feel instantly better, yet you still have 2 scar marks on your chest.
Yep.
And probably
I feel
on your...
almost completely better.
And you probably have, like, matching scar marks in the back, too. But you don't feel the pain anymore.
There we go. Thank you very much. I go for a light handshake, still achy.
I'll shake her hand because she didn't go for a hug.
Good. Good for you.
I'm learning.
Yeah. Warden, or is there anything else you want to do at the tavern, or what's the agenda? Warden, are you muted?
I was just hanging out downstairs looking at the stuff.
Alright, I was just making sure. Yeah, trying to make sure everybody's chiming
After
in.
the excitement, I'm just relaxing at this point.
Yeah.
I figured if I didn't say anything, it was just understood I was just
Okay.
hanging.
No, I just like to check in on everybody, you know me. Alright, so...
I have the thing in my hand.
Okay. Then
She clearly sees you trying to reach for it.
I
Alright.
swat his hand with my tail.
Yeah. So, for the most part, like, unless there's any activities you guys want to do, like, what you would do in a crowded room full of drunk people, you guys spend the better part of the evening celebrating your victory over Smiles. And like I said, some of you are overjoyed that problem's been solved, and the others are, like, still lost on who exactly that was, perhaps. At the same time, you know, you're... Unless, yeah, like, I'm just fishing here to see if there's anything that you need to do here, because otherwise you guys would start to walk back to base, your little building in the town. What's everybody's passive perception again, just so I can remember?
How do I find that?
25.
It should be
21.
Yeah.
Not high enough, I can tell you.
How do you get 25, Zareth?
Observe it.
Oh wait, you get master expertise.
Expertise
Underneath-
and observant.
Underneath skills, it says passive wisdom perception, and it says 18. That's your passive. For you, Lexi.
Oh, okay.
And I'm at 23 myself.
Alright, those who are above 15, you just kind of feel a stillness in the air, right? And you instinctively look up,
Oh.
and there's this dark, looming cloud. It seems to be going in a circular motion, but it's very slow and subtle. But it's trying to block out the moonlight that's trying to shine from the moon.
Oscar, do you see that?
The hell is that?
No, I'm
Okay.
trying to slyly point it out to Oscar.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
kind of leaned down and what?
Up right there. I'll point with my hand, or no, I'll kind of try slyly point, like up in the sky. The clouds. They're weird. It's not right.
Can I do an Arcana check?
You can make a nature check,
I am not proficient in nature one bit.
so no.
Okay.
I insight
Can
check
I?
the weather.
You may certainly. Nature check.
17.
Just from the observation of the skies and all the training you've had, you can tell that, one, this isn't natural. This seems like it's like the reason why I didn't give you an Arcana check is like it's being something natural in nature, but you have to identify that it's not natural itself, and your understanding is like this is something like a controlled weather, perhaps, but you're not completely familiar with how it's affecting nature, but you know it's not natural.
This
Can
is
I-
not natural at all.
Can I actively look for someone in the shadows watching?
You can.
Oscar, it seems like somebody is trying to control the weather.
That's the same as my passive.
You don't see anyone out of the ordinary, except for people who are walking down the street, heading to the tavern, or heading home from the tavern, or heading home from wherever they may have came from.
Seeing Draken do that, I want to scan the rooftops.
Go right ahead. Make a perception. You look up from where you are. Yeah, the buildings are a little close to you, so you're not able to see all the roofs. Or, you know, for what you could see, you don't see anybody up there.
Perhaps it would be smart to expedite our trip home. I don't trust this.
Where's the eye?
I mean, it is weird that they're blocking out the moon, but
Is the eye of the little whatever like right above us?
The eye. Oh, like the eye of it?
As far as I'm aware, it's not a hurricane, it's just a big cloud.
Yeah, it's a cloud that's moving in a circular motion, but it's not funneling. It does have a center, and for the most part, it looks like it's centered from where maybe Smiles passed away. Close.
maybe it's like something they used to scry or something.
I think we should run.
Yeah, let's get.
Let's go.
Get home a little quicker, yeah.
I run ahead. No, I
Are
don't.
you sure about that?
I was going to say Izzy was going to chase after.
I start to run, but then I'm like, nope, I shouldn't do that.
Yeah, somebody pulls
Stumbles
back
on
on your leash.
himself.
Somebody pulls back on your leash. Nope, come back here. No,
What?
sorry.
I'm really fast. A little bit less fast now, though.
You come back to your place of business, your home, and nothing out of the ordinary happens along the walk. Those who are able to absorb the cloud overhead, it seems to be expanding ever so slowly, but it's not doing anything detrimental.
It seems like it's getting bigger, guys.
Hey Oscar, you want to try to dispel magic that or no?
You
I
don't
think
have
we
any
can deal with
spell
it in
slot
the
back.
morning.
I'm pretty much out of it today.
Oh,
He
okay.
fired everything off.
If it's really
Today
worried.
was a mess.
Alright, so what's everybody doing as soon as you get back? Like, is there anything you want to do before you go to bed?
I'm going to take it.
I'm sorry.
I'm
what-
going to play with the pups. Too.
Could I try to?
Everybody tries to talk on the bar.
No, it's fine.
No,
I'm
Bart.
just going to go to bed.
Alright, so you're heading to bed. Let me get an animal handling from Zareth and Easy as you are playing with the wolves.
28.
Natural one.
Congrats.
Oh.
Isabella, your wolf seemed a little disturbed, but however, your playtime with it has caused it to be faithful and friendly, and then it kind of turned away from its temperament. Zareth, your winter wolf bites at you and snarls and it gets mean for no reason, and you're like trying to calm him down, but it just makes him angrier. Give me a dex save as he snaps out at you. You easily pull your hand back, but you can see this. His eyes are like focused and angry, and he seems to be unrest towards you. But eventually, you do tire him out.
Lovely.
Can I try to introduce myself to the wolf? To Isabella's wolf.
I'll leave it up to you guys to roleplay that, and then I'll ask for the check if it comes up.
So when did you take up having pets? I say, and I hold my hand out towards the wolf, but you know, like still like a couple foot back. I'm letting him come to me if he wants.
Right.
We actually got our wolves at Dragon's the mountains toward Dragon's
Oh,
As
well,
you
they are cute.
As you approach closer, go ahead and make an animal handling.
It's not bad for me.
With her natural 20 as well, keeping it calm and steady, the wolf kind of like sniffs at your hand, and then it just kind of runs its nose into it, and then you can feel this wad of spittle that came out of its nose rub into your hand.
It's cute. Hopefully he doesn't use that. Wait, these are winter wolves, right? Am I correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hopefully he doesn't use the ice breath on me, since I'm assuming I'm no longer resistant to cold as normal. It has been a bit chilly. It's very weird.
Sarah, did you want me to help you with your wolf somewhere, like tomorrow or something?
Yeah, sure. I will get on that you moving quietly part as well.
Alright. Listen here, you little shit.
I just keep uncanny dodging the shit out of that wolf.
Yeah. Alright. Borden, your wyvern has been eating pretty heavily today.
Oh, no.
And he feels a little heavier, but, no massive growth or anything.
That's a growing little girl. She needs her food. That's a good sign in my book. Good appetite's usually a sign of good health.
Yeah, that sounds good. Alright. So, I don't need an animal handling from you, so you'll be fine. Is there anything else you guys want to achieve before we go into a long rest?
I'd like to have some.
Go ahead, Sydney.
I'll just like to honey up some apples and marinate them for the winter.
Alright. I want you to make a perception check as you're in your kitchen. As you're kind of like looking through what looks like a fridge, I suppose you could say, like where they're keeping cooled goods.
The ice box?
Well, yeah, an ice box of sorts where they keep it. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. I'm just trying to think medieval like. But at any rate, it could be magically enchanted to be cold. Anyway, getting back to the sound of it all. You notice like different baking items that the girls have been working on. Some of them look like hearts. There's a cake in there that looks like a cupid. And then there's cupcakes that have like little heart-shaped icing on it. Apparently they're working on projects of their own. And they're getting ready for couples meet day.
Ooh, I gotta prepare something good for everyone to have.
Apparently couple meets days next month. AKA Valentine's. But yeah, that's pretty much all you notice while you're working in your kitchen. Yeah, is there anything else?
Draken would be, asking Izzy if, tomorrow morning, would you like to, how do I phrase this?
Yes.
You know how we use, what?
No.
I need to learn how to use this body effectively. Would you like to go out and train
Are
with
you
me?
asking me to spar, brother?
Well, yeah, train together.
Sure, I would love
Maybe
to.
I can
Yes, I mean, spar with you.
I can, maybe I can show you how to throw decent punch for one.
You wanna try that method on me right now? Preferably
Let's save
outside
it for
that we
tomorrow.
don't break anything.
We'll save it for the morning. Wait, where am
I'll
I sleeping,
scoop
by
up.
the way?
You're sleeping in my room. And I will scoop up little ghost in my arms and make my way towards the bed.
Well, I guess I'll follow.
Okay. While the other one's
I'm going to lure that thing with oh wait, I don't have rations anymore. Fuck.
Oh no, I've been eating your rations,
You
haven't
can
I?
call out to Izzy. She's not to her room yet.
Oh, that's metagaming. He's got to figure this out on his own. But no.
I just gotta check the kitchen to see if there's or the bakery to see if there's anything laying about.
Make an investigation check. As you're searching through the fridges and checking to see if you can find some meat. Nope, you find a whole bunch of baked goods along with the hearts that Sydney showed you earlier, or found earlier, and a lot of baking goods, like, they don't deal with meats. Well, hold on, I'll say, like, they probably make a meat pie. They probably make meat pies or something.
Yes, we do.
So you
We
can...
have one meat item.
Yeah, so there you go. You find a meat pie in the back of the fridge that hasn't been sold yet.
I'll take that one.
Alright. And then you're going to offer it to your pup?
I'm going to try to lure it into the room.
With you?
Yeah. This can only go poorly, but hey.
Yeah, okay, so it's like following the pie, and it's going up the stairs, and you're luring it into the room. What do you do once you get it inside? Because he will follow you all the way up.
Yeah, that's the idea. I'd like walk into the room and close the door. We
Alright.
can meet in the hallway.
Oh, you in the hallway. I was just checking to see if you were going to be in the room with it. So you throw it in the room, you drop the meat pie in there with it?
Yep. And I hope that my bet roll survives the night.
Good luck. Well, I'm not going to say he didn't, but I'm not going to say he did. Either way, yeah, you hear and then the pan empties and it's like rattling on the ground, and then all of a sudden you hear like maybe, I don't know, how long are you staying by the door?
Maybe for half an hour before I turn.
Yeah, so after he finishes off the dish, you can hear him sling the plate up against a wall or something, like he's finished and he's like, it's empty. Flings it off.
I wouldn't have thrown the plate in.
Or, well, then he ate the food that you threw in there on the floor, and he's licking it up. And then you hear what sounds like jumping, and then it's quiet for a little bit.
Oh no.
And it remains quiet.
I am going to check the window.
Wait, what?
I'm going to open the door and check the window.
The window's closed. He's laying in your bed. And he made himself
I don't
very
have a bed, it's a bat roll.
He's laying in your bedroll then.
Fine by me, I'm gonna sleep on the couch.
Alright. I don't.
I feel so bad for Sarah.
That's a lousy roll, but it was important for today.
Oh yeah. One last thing I'd like to do is read the cookbook I got from the one bookstore. This one.
Betty's Cobbler, yeah. That sounds like something I would make. Yeah.
Yeah.
You find various recipes and all kinds of baked goodies. Especially, there's like a chapter over couples meet days recipes for like pies and different types of bakery items. Yeah, so. I mean, unless there's something general you're trying to achieve out of it, that's basically all you get is like ideas.
See if there's any good recipes that might come in handy.
Yeah, you can probably come up with something. At any rate. So yeah, everybody kind of makes it into a long rest at this point. Either on a couch or a bed. Fairly peaceful night. I would say around like 2 or 3 in the morning you can hear like loud crackling thunder. Like if you're a light sleeper you might wake up to the sound of a storm. But, you know, it's just a storm and you could probably go right back to bed.
But does it scare the pups?
Your pup is fine. Nobody's checking on the other one.
Well, I would have woken up with that with my passive perception that high.
Well,
so if I hear a noise,
Yeah, like I said, if you're a light sleeper, you can get up and interact if you want.
But yeah, I would like to check on that pup if I hear anything in the room.
Alright, so you open the door. And you look into the room. And you can see in the bedroll the pup is still trying to sleep. However, he seems to be having some kind of dream, and he's like constantly growling in his sleep. And you can see him baring his teeth and sometimes snapping out, and then sometimes there's like a breath of frost that comes out of his mouth that he's like trying to attack something that's not there.
Okay, I think I'm just gonna be like stupid and stay in the room then.
So you walk in?
Yeah, I walk in and then
Give me 1 second
sleep
here.
in a chair or something.
Let me look these guys up again.
And is the window still closed?
Well, it's winter time. You wouldn't have a reason to open it. Would you?
I
It's all
wouldn't.
too high.
Hold on, I gotta pull the character sheet over, otherwise it won't let me. Let's see here. Has advantage. Well, if you're not being sneaky, you can see it growling in its sleep. As you take a seat in a chair nearby, its eyes open up, and then it kind of like growls at you. And it starts.
Quiet.
The more you give it a command, the more it resists, and it starts to stalk you.
And it starts to what?
Stalk. Like it's going into a stalking mode, like it's starting to pace the room. As it's like, it thinks it's backing you into a corner, is what you can tell. And it's slowly like slithering up to you. And it's still growling and barking. And people in the other rooms that want to wake up can probably hear this.
Perception. Would it be perception or what?
I would say if you're a light sleeper, or if, well, this is a little bit more. Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check. Yeah, Sydney's still asleep. She's dreaming of Betty Crocker's cookbook.
Yes.
Isabella's still asleep. She's got a pup. Your wolf, like, literally made like a U shape around your head, and it's like covering both of your ears. Draken woke up, however. You can hear the soft sounds of Borden or Oscar want to get in on this?
I have 11 passive perception. I doubt I would wake up.
I mean, it's up to you if you want to, or roll it to see if you get it.
I mean, if it's just the wolf.
Yeah, it's just a wolf. You hear him barking nearby, violently, like it's odd. Well, Draken,
I'm
you're...
gonna get a glass.
It's like...
I'm gonna go get a glass of water and maybe look into the room. Like,
that. I would say it kind of woke you up, Oscar, but you're at the border to where, like, do you care to get up, or...
I'm kind of wanting to get some rest.
So
A
you-
little drained after that encounter.
So it might be a little loud for you to try to get back to sleep, so you might yell something like, shut the hell up or something. I don't know. It's up to you. But, so, you're going downstairs to do what again?
I was gonna grab a glass of water
Mm-hmm.
and then go back upstairs and then peek in the room and see what's going on. But that'll probably take like a round.
Oh, yeah, you do that. Yeah, so you're going down to get water. Meanwhile, the wolf is right there in front of you, Seraph, and it looks like it's about ready to snap at you.
Can I position myself in such a way that if it jumps at me, I can sidestep and then help it along so that it slams into a wall?
If you beat its initiative, I will say you'd be able to take the dodge action and actually be able to pull that off.
Okay.
So
One
beat a
step away
15.
for a second.
Wow.
Natural 20.
Alright, so you take the dodge action, and it'll still lunge at you. So let me roll its attack. And it'll take disadvantage on this. Let's see, we'll do a bite attack on you. So it tries to reach out and bite you with a 10, and then you're able to kind of like dodge out of the way, and then it just kind of pelts into the chair you were sitting in as you jump up and get out of the way. And the chair tumbles over and it kind of runs into the wall behind it. And you hear it, and then it stands back up and it like pushes the chair away from it as it repositions its body and shakes itself over.
I'm going to do that again, but this time with the other wall. Preferably the one that does not have any maps on it.
Alright, so it'll come at you again. About this time, Draken's coming back up the stairs. 18.
Oh no.
It'll hit.
And I need you to make a strength saving throw.
21.
Alright, so it'll be half and half because it is a lesser creature. It's not fully grown, so we'll say 7 points of damage, and then you can half that. So 3 points of damage as it bites you, and then you manage to stay up as it's got its mouth around your arm and it's like pulling your sleeve down after it bit you.
Cool, I'm gonna draw a dagger, and with the pommel I'm gonna hit it on the head.
Alright, go ahead and make an attack roll.
$22 for 8.
You bop it in the head, and it lets out a sharp and starts growling even louder. Wasn't enough to knock it out. Draken, were you going to do anything?
At this point, I just like kind of peek in the door and I'm like, "Hey, are you okay? What's going on?"
You can see him bopping the head of the wolf.
Do you need any help? I'm just gonna say quickly.
17
We
hit.
can take it outside. We can. That will hit. No, 17 does not hit.
Okay, then. Ignore that then. Wait, do you even have... You did replace your armor, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Alright.
And I technically sleep in it, so.
Alright, so 4 or no damage. Okay.
Can I like try to walk up to the wolf and do like a pressure point to knock it out?
Make an attack roll. That'll hit.
15.
This thing is conked twice. Its eyes look groggy, however, it's still red, and he's still wide awake. And he's now looking at you, Draken.
No, bad dog. Down. I say, intimidate. Can I roll intimidate? Oh,
You can make a dexterity saving throw.
I mean, okay.
And so can Zareth.
I take no damage.
So he tries to
Same
fire
here.
off his ice attack, and you guys dodge out of the way. And he's growling loudly as he's just stumbling a bit, but he's growling very loudly, looking to do something else. What do you want to do, Zareth?
I would say not
Zareth.
hit him.
Yeah, I'm gonna let him tire itself out.
Just so you know, all the damage you've done to this point has been non-lethal. If you do not do any more non-lethal damage to it, he will stay awake and keep biting at you.
Okay, now then I'm gonna non-lethally knock it in the head again.
Alright, make an attack roll.
This puppy is gonna have like brain damage by the end. By the time he's grown.
And with that, turns into a lump and crumbles before you.
Into dust.
I'm not sure you're cut out for this whole pet thing. God. That's just me, though. Takes a sip of water and walks out.
I'm just gonna take a blanket and put the pup on it.
Alright, so you reposition him, and then you're now left to go to sleep on your own now. The night has been silenced, guys. You're all good to go back to bed. And with that, morning comes eventually. And I would say, for those who start to wake up around 7 or 8, what time you guys want to get up? That's probably something I should consider.
I'm getting up at 8.
Everybody
I'll
up?
probably sleep in a little bit longer because I was awake.
I'm waking up early as well because Isabella and me were supposed to get going.
Mm-hmm. What else? Borden, Oscar, what time we wanting up?
About the same time.
Everybody getting up at 8 then, Borden? Borden, are you there?
I just said something.
Oh, there you go. Now I hear you.
Did the earlier thing not come
No,
through?
I didn't hear that. Yeah, what do you... I hear you now. Yeah. Getting up about the same time then?
No. Yeah, I was gonna get up and
Alright.
start getting ready for the day.
Yep, so those with various tasks to, like, feed their pets, feed themselves, the shops are getting opened up down below, and the wolf that you knocked out still hasn't come to yet. However, Izzy, your wolf is fine. And the wyvern is eating a healthy amount of food. And you hear bustling going on down below as workers are coming in. You're all free to do about the day as you will. If you were to look outside, though, the skies are still gray. Maybe even dark even. But you can tell it's daytime.
Do I need to make an animal handling to feed my pup?
Yes, make a new animal handling check. It is a new day.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Well, that's how I felt.
Alright. Yeah. Unless you have some kind of reroll, then your wolf growls at you. It starts barking at you. Like, it woke up fine, and then once you offered it food, it ate it. And then all of a sudden, it kind of shook its head. And then it just started to change, like it had a change of heart or something, and it's like barking at you now. And it looks like it's about ready to lunge at you as it's trying to corner you.
Ghost, no. No.
And it's gonna go ahead and try to do a breath attack on you.
Go ahead. I'm resistant to colds, just
Yeah.
so you know.
Yeah, still you need to make a dex save.
14.
Yeah, that'll pass. You still take half as much, and it would be half in half. It'd be really half. This here is actually 2d8s instead of 4. So 14 and half is 7, and then half for your resistance puts it at 3 points of cold damage as it breathes out this ice at you, and it's like weird because what happened? Why are you doing this kind of moment?
Wait, I'm gonna roll an intelligence
I
check.
don't think that I can do animal speech with it, can I?
I can always tell when Discord shits me out. Give me a second. Hello? There we go.
Hello?
Hello,
There you go.
hi.
Yeah, the music glitched out and it killed the mic again. Let's see here. So you were asking if you can do an animal hand or animal speech.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Like it knows common, giant, and winter wolf. It's a large monstrosity. I would say you could probably do it, but it might be jarbled. Like the information you get won't be exactly what you're looking for, but it might give you some insight on what's going on.
Okay, I think I'll do that then.
Alright, so you cast animal speech, or bee speech, and try to speak with it. What do you want to say?
Ghost, what's going on? What's wrong?
Angry. Fury. It's about the most you get out of it.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Angry and fury, the only things that kind of echo through the garble of growls.
Hold on a minute, so I'm gonna have to ask you to repeat that.
Yeah, let me know when you're
Go
ready.
ahead.
Okay. Basically, you just hear
I'm ready.
fury and anger echoing through the growls. Yeah, like it's not a perfect beast speech, but those are like the only two words that are coming out of it.
Yeah, mine was behaving like that last night as well.
I'm gonna go to the window that's in my room, and I'm going to point outside. Is that making you angry?
It doesn't seem to give you a response that would signify yes or no.
Okay.
But it does look like it's ready to bite you again as it kind of corners you up against the window.
Let's see what I can. I want to make another animal handling.
The check's already been made, I'm afraid. I mean, you may attempt to do it, but the check's already been made for what's happening to him.
Alright.
Like,
Well, I'm
see
going to
what you're
offer
gonna
it
do.
more rations to see if that can appease it. And if I get bit, I get bit. That's part about having an animal.
Right. So you offer a ration out, and it quickly snarls and snaps the ration away, and then you see it pull off to a corner of the room, and it tears into the ration, and then after it's finished with it, it licks its lips, and then comes back towards you and stalking you like you were prey.
Hmm.
You gotta show it who's alpha.
You're not here. Please let her continue.
That's what I was thinking.
Unless you're in the room. I don't know.
I would be
Technically is.
watching. I mean, yeah.
I'm going to. Can I pin it to the ground and lean down and bite its ear?
You can make an athletics check against it, yes. To do that, yeah.
Nice. 18.
9, so you pin it to the ground and you kind of like have it down, and it's trying to squirm out of your grab. It snaps at you, but you pull back enough to not get bit. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna bite its ear.
And it just growls and bites at you even more fiercer now that it has a reason to do so.
I still steady my grip on it.
It continues to try to fight. Make another athletics check to hold it.
7.
It breaks out of your grip, and then it comes at you with a bite.
Okay.
18 hit? Your AC.
Yes.
Alright. And then make a strength saving throw. In half, that'd be 7. And then your wolf jumps on top of you so unexpectedly. takes a bite of your shoulder blade and topples you to the ground, and now you're pinned to the ground with it on top of you.
How much damage did I take?
You only take 7 points because I'm having the max damage because it's still a pup.
Alright.
The same thing it means for Lexi. You don't know. So
I'm truly at a loss.
Yeah, this winter wolf is right on top of you, trying to take a bite at you. Do you do anything the next round? Like, you're prone, you can stand up, but it did knock you over.
I'll stand up. With strength.
No, you're fine. He's not actually athletic checking you. He did pull you down to the ground, though. So you stand up. Draken's there just watching. And your winter wolf is gone feral on you.
If you need help handling it, I'm here.
I think I know what it wants. It wants to be free.
I think that's not a very good... Well, you gotta take it somewhere else, away from society.
I'm not going to release it out in the streets, of course.
Alright, so anything for your round before it wants to bite you again?
I mean, I'm not going to strike it.
I'm like some...
Because that would only jeopardize
the
it
bond.
more.
Yeah. So it will take a bite at you, but it will miss. So you kind of pull back, get away from it.
It does not hit.
Yeah, 7 does not hit. So you pull back, get out of its way, and it bites wide, and it's still just kind of pacing around you, repositioning, kind of putting Draken on the opposite side so he's not directly in front of it.
You want to put it in your room for now?
It's already in the room.
Yeah, it's already in my room.
It's in the room.
Yeah.
Probably should just leave it in here for now. It's not really a threat to us.
Anybody else could be hearing this commotion as you're waking up?
I'll go ahead and check.
You hear what sounds like a tumbling of a giant dragonborn that fell over. She gets up, and then this wolf that's making noises in the room where Isabella is.
I'll knock on the door and ask, is everything okay in there?
Ghost is feeling funny.
Yeah. Do you have any rope?
Ghost. No, I don't have it.
I'll be back. I'll kind of slip out the door really quick.
As you leave the space, he bites at you as you leave. 18 hits.
Whatever. Yes.
DC strength save, please. 7 points of damage.
One second. I'm just checking something really quick. Alright. Strength save, you said?
Yeah. And
Oh,
you
wow.
fall over as you're trying to reach for the door. And you can see Ghost already on top of him. And he looks like he's trying to bite at your neckline, and he looks like he's going for a jugular.
I'm going to reach down and drag Ghost off of him.
Alright, make
Do I
that.
hear this?
Yeah, everybody hears this. I've just told
Okay,
everybody.
I'm just going to go in there.
Do you
17.
want to...
Yeah, what are you doing, Oscar, as we roll this result?
Just, if I can tell everyone's having problems with it, I'm just going to polymorph it into a turtle.
Oh. I was gonna hog tie it, but if you can do that, that'd be bad.
Alright, so what's the save on that?
I know it's wisdom, hang on.
It's wisdom.
17.
And it fails. What are you turned into?
It's a turtle.
So this, you pull it off, and then all of a sudden, ghost turns into a turtle, and you're holding a turtle in your hand now, Isabella. It's a snapping turtle.
Oh no.
No, it's probably... What kind of turtle is it? You can specify.
And that will provide the least amount of problem.
Alright, so like a box turtle.
It can try to bite you, but it'll just...
Yeah, he's like now slowly floating in your... Like, he's in your hands, and he's like floating his arms out there like he's trying to get away. And he's like looking around absently.
Do you want to release in the wild or something? Is he?
I don't know what's
mean-
going on with him. He's done so good. And
Could
I
we-
think it has something to do with the connection that we made last night with the dark clouds swirling.
So,
I really do think that.
Star,
Yes.
I presume that in this city there are birds and other other like critters.
Well, keep in mind, it is winter. Most of them flew south.
Perhaps we could take a trip to the local Arcanum. See if the wizards and whatnot have anything
Well-
good.
Most of them. Is there anything like birds fighting or just
No,
still
you don't.
something weird going on?
You don't see
Yep.
anything like that. No, there's no Alfred Hitchcock going on outside.
Then I want, after breakfast, I want to run down the stable, see how the horses are.
All right. So, what do we do with the turtle?
I'm just gonna remain holding Ghost.
All right. So you're going to bring the turtle with you. All right. And you're leaving the other wolf in the room, right?
Yeah, it was still knocked out, so
Right.
after breakfast I run by the stables, buy some rations, and then go try and feed it.
All right. What's everybody else doing then, since now this problem has been resolved? Yeah, that'll work.
I'll
Go ahead.
get out the honeyed apples for everyone to have now.
Okay. So being
I
her
am not
cheerful
eating that.
and
Don't
being
worry, it's
his
perfectly
asshole
safe.
and being his asshole self, yeah. Yeah, for the most part, things are peaceful. You guys can make your breakfast or have the honeyed apples that Sydney has prepared. You see group of people who work for you, the various people that you have. Miria has just come in and she seems somewhat excited. And she rushes downstairs to start work as the other two start to follow in behind her. Nora and the Smithies are working on that shield still, so you can hear the clanging of metal happening outside. Let's see what else we got. And then Myra and the others, Lucretia, they're all in the kitchen making heart-shaped cupcakes with icing and different types of monocles of like a Valentine types candies for the bakery. And they do manage to make a batch of like chocolate cupcakes that they share with everybody at breakfast, so you guys have some sweets from them as well.
Nice. Draken, I think we need find someone who knows what's going on with the sky up. Or someone who might know. I don't know. I don't know what's up with the sky.
Oscar, can you make the skies clear? Like, I know you can write in it, but
Yes, but if there's weather, it's hard for me to actually even have the words there.
Also, if it's magic, another person's magic may not affect it the same.
Well, if it's magic, we
So-
can spell it.
I'm going to summon Monty, and out of curiosity, is it going to start attacking me?
Monty is summoned and he's perched on your shoulder. Nothing happens.
Okay.
Anything else?
I was just wondering. Apparently the animals aren't attacking outside. I was kind of curious if they were inside, but, whether or not...
Mine threw up a ruckus last night.
Mine's just now doing it. I don't know what the hell's up with it. And usually mine's the good one.
Yep.
I'm going to use
By the way, do you have a
I'm thinking it has something to do with the sky.
Can I use a detect magic and look at Xerath's?
Sure. Is that what you're doing?
Does he have any afflictions as for arcane?
You don't see anything. Nothing magical radiating from the beast.
Okay.
Well, the cloak would radiate, wouldn't it?
I did use animal.
I'm sorry, what was that, Born?
The cloak would radiate, wouldn't it?
Well, whatever it's wearing that's magical, yeah. But if you're looking for something that is affecting him directly, then no. There's nothing on him.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if there's any spell cast on the wolf.
No.
Or no, that would be identified, so that's what I would have to do. Never mind. In which I would have done that too.
Yeah, still you're not getting anything. Like, there doesn't seem to be any magic cast directly on these creatures.
Say, Izzy, do you have a spare ration?
I do.
Where are we
I'll
right now?
borrow one.
Quick question, where are we right now? Are we looking at your wolf?
Living room.
I presume we would be still in the house.
Okay, I know you're in
I
there.
think somewhere in the living room because we were talking breakfast.
But your wolf is still upstairs, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and wake it up.
As you start to walk up the stairs, you hear a loud and then the forge people are like, "What the hell? Get that thing out of here!" And then you can hear a soft
and I'm gonna try and catch it.
Make an investigation check and see if you can find out where it dashed off to. You can see it running down the back alleys towards the south.
I follow it.
Can I attempt to follow?
You can, but you'll get left behind quicker than he will. The two of these animals are, like, the animal and him could probably keep up, but unless you have some way of moving faster than 50 feet, which turns it to 100.
Retreat.
Yeah, I could probably follow too, but I don't think I need to.
Izzy's wolf is still a turtle, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say it's like, what, a half hour later? Just to kind of keep tabs on that. So yeah, you're chasing the wolf. Both of you are right behind it. What do you guys want to do as you kind of get closer to it? Like, okay, so you're like maybe 10 feet away before you can act on it. So, and it's also going to try to do something as well. Matter of fact, let's just roll initiative because we need to see what order things are going to go.
That's low.
We'll see who gets to go first. Oh wow, that's really low. Alright, so both of you kind of tackle towards this wolf. What's the idea?
I'm gonna rush past it since Cindy is behind it. I'm gonna try and block the front of the other way.
How do you plan to block it? Do I need a dex or a strength check from you? What's your intent? Because the dog will turn if it needs to get away from you.
Yeah, no, I just want to if it passes, if it is within reach, I'm gonna try and grapple it.
Then make a strength check.
Oh yeah, that's definitely gonna work.
Yeah. So it barrels through your grab. Sydney, what are you doing?
I am going to try to catch up and grapple it.
Well, let me get that strength check.
Okay.
Disconnected again. Really getting aggravated there. Like, I want to keep the music going in the background, but it keeps disabling Discord for some reason. Alright, so continuing on. It's a tie, so basically neither one of you get a good grip on the other, so it manages to slip.
Question.
Yes.
Since it's not full dealt, would it have lower stats in general, or no?
I'm giving it full stats as far as this goes. Even still,
Okay.
yeah. Like, I'll
Since
half
Cindy
its
has
damage,
slowed
but
it-
yeah.
Since Cindy has slowed it down, can I try and help restrain it?
No, because now it is the wolf's turn. And the wolf sees a snowbank nearby and is going to use the snowy terrain for camouflage as it dips into it and makes a stealth check.
So wait, so it's not grappled by me?
No!
Okay.
It managed to slip out, just barely. So, it has advantage, and it hit a natural 20, so it piles into the snow and then it starts looping away. You can make perceptions
Would I
with
notice with my passive perception?
not with a natural 20 on the board. You'll have to get a natural 20 perception in order to see it. So make your perception check, see if you can see it.
Nope, 1.
You're blind.
Cindy, are you going to try?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to find it.
Yeah. Too bad you ain't got advantage.
Well,
So yeah, the wolf dashes through the snow and it starts using nearby snow piles in order to keep itself hidden from you and darts down different alleys and then darts down different streets. Eventually you lose sight of it as you're trying to track it. However, is there anything you want to do in the meantime? Ranger!
I am going back to the house. We're gonna need Isabella for this.
Okay.
wait. You are a ranger, right?
I don't have any of the ranger skills.
It doesn't mean you can't use them. That's fine. We'll go back to the house. So you lose track of the wolf and you head back to the house.
Isabella, we got a problem.
You lost the wolf, didn't you?
Yep. It hit in some snow.
Warden, would you
vanished.
mind taking my turtle of a friend here?
Your turtle little friend. Can't
My
be that
turtle.
hard. Can't be that hard to walk over, can it?
For the next 20 minutes at least.
Doesn't?
If it gets about that time, just lock it in some place where there's no windows.
yeah,
Okay.
do that.
Alright, so what are we doing?
Follow Zareth.
Yeah.
I'll follow my sister.
I'm going to the place where I last saw the wolf.
You see just the impact where the wolf went through a snowbank, and then most of the tracks that were there fresh are now slowly erased from the winds blowing around.
You think you can track it, Isabella?
I can try. Would it be survival?
Yes.
22.
Yeah, alright. You can barely, just barely, like, this was the actual DC, make out small paw prints, or not really small, but you can make out the visible smallness of it now, where it must have padded off. You think you can follow it for a spell?
It looks like it went this way, guys.
And you follow
Take the
the...
lead.
Yeah, so as you're leading them on, you see the paw prints. They get fainter and fainter as you get into a more open area, and then you kind of like look across to the streets where it would have made better impact, and like the wall would block the wind, and then you kind of pick up the trail again, and then eventually you hear people yelling, "Did you see that? What was that doing?" And people are just making a little buzz about something that just ran by. So you think you're on the right track, and it kind of leads you towards the east gate. And you can hear a couple guards looking at each other like, should we have killed that thing? What the hell was that even doing here? Do we even know what that was? Was it a dire wolf? But apparently it sounds like your wolf fled out the east gate.
Well, if y'all are healing this, I guess we need to go. And steady, I would assume.
Oscar, they would still take the damage in their normal form, and then they would immolate. Still have to kill the polymorph before you can kill the actual HP of the creature.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to actually get the polymorph to 0, and then it would just turn that.
Yeah. Well, no, the form will, but it still turns back. You still have to attack the normal HP.
Okay, never mind.
No, I'm
Yeah,
just
that's
saying.
okay.
No, that's a good question, good thing to think about. But yeah,
That
you
would
still.
have been an awesome combo.
Yeah, I was just looking at the.
I mean, if that.
post from the crit.
Yeah, but if that was
They
the
were
case,
saying-
B shape would be useless if that was the case. But yeah.
Well, that's. Never mind.
Alright,
Yeah,
well,
that's
yeah. Anyway. Yeah, so your wolf fled through the east gate, and several tracks have kind of crossed over the tracks that your wolf made, so you may need to make a new survival at a higher DC in order to keep up with it, if you wish to pursue it in the wild, as it will be using the terrain to its advantage, and also the traffic covering the tracks you're looking for.
So I need to make a dex?
No, survival. Survival.
Survival. I'm gonna try and help Isabella.
15.
Yeah, you look and the tracks don't make sense. Like, you don't know where they lead. Like, maybe this wolf got smart and made a whole bunch of circles and went in different directions and then finally went into one.
Wait, what if I went into my wolf form?
I don't know. You want to do that?
Yeah, I'll do that.
What is the surrounding area? Is it flatland mostly?
Leading out the east gate, you got the road that is flat, and then there's like small hills that go up and down the left and right, like to the north and to the south. It's kind of hilly, but it's got level areas, but for the most part it gets hilly in certain locations, and there's a bit of a forest kind of, a little ways from the town, and the forest gets thicker and thicker the further away you get.
So, Isabella changing into a bird won't help either then.
Probably not. I don't know. It's up to you. You might find some use. I'm not the one to tell you.
Well, you already changed into a wolf, right?
Yeah.
Alright, we'll just roll with that.
Alright, so what are you doing in your wolf form?
I'm going to use my keen smell and hearing.
Make a perception check as a dire wolf.
Wisdom?
Yes.
17.
You can glance the hint of him, but he must have rolled around in the snow to kind of lose some of that scent, or he concentrated it in certain areas, and you're just kind of disoriented at exactly which way he went.
Isn't it your intelligence and wisdom score that modifier that gets added to the roll instead of the pure.
Yeah, it isn't.
Oh, well,
That
make
I
an actual perception check on your character sheet then.
My character sheet.
Yeah.
And wisdom, right?
Perception, in this case. Even worse. Yeah, you can't follow his scent. So yeah.
I'll look at Zareth and whine loudly. I might add.
I just raised my shoulders. Very fine either way. Would have been great if it worked out, but hey, let's go back.
I trot along
So is it-
beside Zareth and Cindy.
Hopefully it doesn't attack people. Hopefully.
Well, it is in the city. That's good enough for me.
So as you get back in, I would say you probably got maybe 5-10 minutes left on the polymorph. Borden still has your turtle. Unless you were doing something with it.
No. I'm gonna change back into my druid form.
Alright.
Well, I mean, at least it's back in the wild. Not in the city.
We might need to find a place for a ghost because I don't think he's happy. He clearly told me angry and ferocious. I don't know what's going on.
Well,
I mean, if he can still be in turtle form, I can run him out into the middle of the forest.
just the gates will do.
Yeah.
Well, then people might try to track him down or something.
Yeah, I think it's about time to set him free.
It's almost like some mystical forest doesn't want us to have dire wolves or winter wolves. Anyway,
I'll take the turtle. And I'll ask Oscar and Gordon to come with me and the others also. As well.
And what was that last part, Lexi?
To find a good spot to release him.
About 3 minutes left on the polymorph, as you all decide where you want to go.
Time's running out.
Is everybody going?
Yeah, I'm going.
Yeah, I follow Lexi.
yeah.
Yes.
Isabella.
Gordon? Are you muted again?
He is not on Discord.
Do I?
Yeah, there you are.
I'm on Discord.
Yeah, I was just making
I
sure you
was
were...
actually through settings.
Yeah. So everybody's going, right? Right, Borden?
I was watching over shit for a second.
Yeah, but they all came back, and now she asked everybody to come with her to go release the wolf.
Oh!
Yeah, that's what's happening.
I'm
That's
still
why...
watching Eternal. What?
Yeah, I'm like, are you gonna go, or are you gonna stay here?
Wait,
What
I
are you
had a
doing?
total brain fart there.
Yeah, you're fine. I just want to make sure we're catching up, because I didn't... I'm
What
waiting...
about the turtle?
Yeah, we're gonna let it go. We're gonna throw it in the water and see what happens.
Brain didn't
All right.
cross the gap there.
It's fine. So, we're gonna go release the turtle. You got about 2 minutes left after everybody kind of gathers and you start heading towards the east gate. Are you doing anything to get there faster, or what's the idea?
Doesn't polymorph last for like a couple of hours?
1 hour.
1 hour.
and you guys are near the end of it.
I can recast it and hit both of them, but I think that would be a waste.
That would be the best way to go about it, yeah.
1
I
minute.
can.
As soon as it pops out of the form, Oscar, if you wouldn't mind to do it once more.
Well, I don't need to wait.
That's assuming you're rambunctious. Like if the wolves have chilled for a sec.
Let's see what happens when it comes out.
Yeah, let's see.
Let's say we've
Because
got a
there-
cart.
I trust that there was no absolute reason for this. Whatever has happened to them should be gone by now.
Alright, so where are you when this happens?
I'm staying near my turtle.
Where exactly?
Well,
In the house or out on the street?
Yeah, we're in the living room.
You guys never left? Alright, it pops back out, and then it howls real loudly towards the air, and then its stance changes back into a growl as it looks for somebody to attack.
I'll walk up to it like, hey,
It starts
taking you
And
they
if-
understand common. They're not stupid.
no, they're not,
taking
but he's
you
going to
out.
take a bite at you either way.
I mean, it's welcome to try.
And it did. 23 hits, right? 6.
Not
it's
with the buckler.
Oh, okay, yeah, I guess that would deflect it. So you're activating it? Or
Yeah.
does it give... Okay. So this windy shield kind of illuminates overboard, and as the wolf tries to snap at him and saves him from getting bit, and the wolf like reflects off it and kindly goes back into another stance looking for whoever else wants to get close.
You need to calm down.
Okay, I'm gonna step
You're a
in and do
bite-sized
it.
morsel here.
An
Look, I
animal
can-
handling.
So,
You may certainly try, but...
cantrip of guidance.
17.
Alright, so basically
Plus
you're...
the D4 for guidance.
With your rope, the best you can do. He's still growling, he's still snapping, but you can keep him at bay. Like you're kind of like soothing the creature who is very pissed off and angry, but you're like keeping him at a distance to where he doesn't lunge at anybody, so he's constantly in a stance, but he is not backing down.
Can I go over
I
to
wonder-
him and
Yeah.
try to put my hand on him?
You may certainly
You wanna
try.
get bit?
Yeah, I mean, that's what's going to happen. Anything that's approaching
think-
it has a ready action right now to attack anything that comes near it.
See, my kind of reasoning behind this is, okay, we just killed a vampire last night. They can charm, but the other one didn't have the charm effect on it, so that one probably didn't really need one, to be honest. And this one may have the charm effect. That's my thinking behind it.
What are you doing?
I'm going to go over there.
Alright. So you get closer to it, and as you do so, it bites you. But you manage to pull back, and if you want to approach to do something, what do you want to do?
I'm going to be casting Identify as best as I can. Can I?
Your Identify doesn't pick up anything on the wolf.
Alright, I'm going to have to sit beside it for 10 minutes.
Well, if you're not instant casting it, well, that ain't going to happen. The wolf's going to get
Yeah.
10 minutes of attacks on you, so...
Yeah.
I mean, if you want me to roll a whole bunch of rolls to see how many times you get bit...
I'm willing to do it.
I mean, we can go over there and probably hold them down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
Okay,
let you
sure.
guys figure this out. So I'll
Yeah, we all go
Knock it
over.
out.
No, that's not how.
we're in the living
That's
space,
not
right?
how you deal with it.
We're in the
Yeah.
living space, right? Okay, so he's going to look for an exit.
I'd like to try to grapple him.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Assist.
Okay, so it'll be an
Amazing.
assisted grab. Whoever's making the check gets advantage. Only one.
Survival or what?
Strength. Athletics. Yeah, you need to make athletics. And it will make a strength check to oppose. Alright, with the combined effort of 3 or 4 people dogpiling the dog, you all manage to grapple him to the ground. The dog or the wolf, is still trying to be resistant. It will try to take bites at somebody. So there's 3 of you. We'll go 1, 2, 3, starting with Lexi, ending with Oscar. Oscar, you get bit at again.
Alright.
And you manage to pull back as it tries to bite at you, and you kind of like reposition yourself on the other side so he can't get a good face of you. And then, yeah, you guys got him pinned to the ground. And you're like trying to do your identify spell.
Yep.
So let's do, like, every 5 minutes we'll say we have to make a check because you're holding it down. It's trying to struggle free. So we'll do one more
Anyone
check.
has a rope?
Open question.
I can do the.
I mean, I don't have rope. I don't have anything. I just have.
I have wire.
No.
I have rope for 6 people.
I have 95 feet of hemp rope.
Well, there you go.
Let's tie its mouth closed and.
Well, more its paw so that it doesn't try and run away.
Yeah.
Alright, so you get some
I
rope.
mean,
or
it can be hog-tied.
Yeah.
who's doing the hog tie?
I'll do it.
Make a dexterity check. So you manage to get some rope. Start tying this thing up. You think you have it secured. The dog or the wolf whimpers and tries to lunge, trying to roll back and forth, trying to break out of it. Now he will try to break out of it. And then all of a sudden you see him force your knot free, and he is able to get up and is now standing.
We're still holding
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, he's still being held down.
Well, he's not.
Yeah.
Well, you guys have to like reposition him, tie him up, and then as soon as he was tied up, he kind of like freed himself from the rope. I'll say he still got him, but at the same time, the rope wasn't tight enough to get him. And I will need a new strength check to see if you can hold him down, since it's like been 5 minutes.
Okay,
So
I got it this time.
whoever's making
Wait.
barely, you guys are able to keep it down as it starts to get a wild burst of energy, and it tries to break free, and then it like knocks over an end table that was nearby, and then you can hear a vase crack, and your workers are like, "What's going on over there?"
Do you think I should teleport this outside?
No,
I'm non-lethal
No.
damage. I'm
Don't-
gonna draw a dagger and pop it on the back
Nope.
of the head.
Nope.
Well,
Do that, Sarah,
Yeah, don't do that.
because it's gonna lunge out in anger. It's already angry,
Mhm.
but it will try to do more. If you did that. Could anybody? Well, if anybody has any spare rope, I could try to tie its mouth shut.
I mean, the rope that was
there's
used
plenty of
first
rope
isn't
there.
broken.
Yeah, it's just he just
Yeah.
snapped out of the knot. The knot got undone, not the rope.
So
Make a dexterity check to tie its muzzle.
no,
Oh, hold on.
That's a
It-
my
save,
dex is
not a
not
check.
there.
Oh yeah, roll dexterity, not the save.
Just click the stat, yeah.
I did click the stat.
That's the
No, you
save.
click the saving throw. If you just actually in the
Over on the left where all the numbers are, the big ones, if you click the name on like above the
There you go.
Alright.
It tries to struggle. It's trying to bite at you, but you like, hey, pull it back by the neck, wrap the rope around, get your knot in there, kind of secure it, and it's like whimpering now that it's like laced up like this.
Ghost, I didn't want to do this to you. You're making it very, very hard for me. Very hard for me.
So I guess that would end the identify, in which case,
Yeah, you cast your identify.
especially since I have knowledge on vampires, I'll be looking for stuff along that since we did run into one last night.
Nothing directly on them.
Okay.
Can you cast polymorph and we could vamp him out of here?
Yeah, we can do that. No. Are both wolves in the same?
No, one of
No,
them got
gone.
away.
One got away.
Yeah, one's
Oh.
gone.
One left
Then
town.
yeah, just polymorph that one.
Alright, wisdom save?
17.
16. What are you turning into?
Is going back to a turtle.
Alright. Boop. Turns back into a turtle, the rope falls to the ground.
I mean, it's really the most convenient animal. It has its own carrying case.
I don't know, sloths seem pretty effective as well.
That was pretty messed up.
Yeah, I think this might help. I don't know what's going on with it. It was fine, and then it woke up this morning, and it was just infuriated. About this time, you can see Izzy actually, like, I guess disappointed with her skills.
I mean, I don't know if there's anything else to do right now. Things acting up.
Yeah,
Well,
and
what? Well, it wasn't a beast. It was a monster of a case.
I
know if Gogan starts doing this shit, I'm gonna whip her ass back into line. I will assert dominance through force if I must.
on
I
top
mean, that
of
didn't
that,
even work on it.
Hey, let's get going now.
yeah.
So, what's the plan? Where are you going? What you
So,
doing?
Wasn't
grab
the
Bart.
wasn't the east gate the easiest gate to get to?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think leaving through there would be the best.
What were you saying, Borden?
So we've got a cart so that we can all, fit on with the ghost in the back.
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh yeah, how are the horses
okay.
acting up?
They seem normal. Aaron still ignores you.
And the other one's still being chummy.
Well, yeah, it'll come up to you and ask for pats.
Okay, nothing's wrong with them.
Yeah. So, you get on the horses, you make your way out the east gate. Whereabouts, like, how far away do you want to get before,
Far enough into the woods, that's for sure.
like, give me a timeline so I know what I'm working with here since polymorph.
Well, we've got, 55 minutes till polymorph wears out?
Yeah, like, how far do you want to keep traveling east before you go north into the woods or south or whichever way?
The duration of polymorph?
1 hour?
Yes.
Okay, so going for about the 50 minutes or so, and
Then leave 5 minutes for
north or
us
south?
to get out and move it.
Yeah, north or south of the road.
I would assume north because, yeah.
Alright. Okay. So you set the turtle down somewhere and you all leave? Or is there anything else you're doing before you leave it?
I kind of just want to pet its shell, I guess, and say goodbye to it.
Alright. It just sits there. Doing what
I
turtles
leave
do.
one ration.
Alright.
And I'll leave another.
Probably a good idea. Alright. And then you all leave, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Alright. So you make your way back. And the polymorph pops off. At least you know it popped off, Oscar. And for a moment, you don't hear anything. And then as you get
Yeah.
further and further away, you start to hear a soft lowly, "Oh," and then that's it. That's as far as. That's about as much as you can make out as far as that situation goes. So for the most part, you believe you have released it into the wild.
Anyways, now that we have that over.
I go and pat Izzy's shoulder. It's okay. You tried your best. Oh yeah. Can I have my holy symbol back if possible?
Who has that?
Izzy.
Do what?
The holy symbol I gave to you during your morning.
Oh,
Yeah.
here.
Thank you. And I put it around my head.
Alright. You make your way back to town, spending about less than an hour. The horses are still responsive to your commands. Everything else seems to be normal. However, that dark looming cloud over Timor, it seems to have grown close to the borders of Timor's gates. And it seems centered around the city.
I guess.
Just for my clarification, the horses are not acting up with whatever the...
No.
Hey, Oscar, it's okay if I use the flying broom and try to dispel whatever that is. That's giving me a weird vibe.
Yeah. I'll take it out and give it to her.
Alright.
And I'll go ahead and fly up as high as possible to try and dispel it.
You cast,
22 to try to dispel.
you cast Dispel Magic, but without any ado.
No.
Seems to do nothing.
I'll come back down. Well, I tried whatever my option was. I get the flying broom back.
Alright, so Oscar,
Well,
you get your broom back.
Pissed off someone nasty last night, so probably he's just moody.
True.
Well, if anything happens, I mean, we'll deal with it then. Hey, wanna have that training session?
Oh, this is gonna be fun. Good luck, Izzy.
Alright, so yeah, you guys are back at the place of business, place of home.
Before that, on the way, can I buy a bunch of arrows and occult stuff?
Sure, player handbook value on that.
Okay, I'll look those up.
And Borden, you're doing a divination.
Yeah, this cloud seems to be fucking with a lot of shit. And seeing as it is an event going on now, or, presumably for the next few days as well, I feel like this is covered under the divination rules.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see how... Alright, so what's your question, and I'll see how I can answer this.
I mean, I'd like to give a blank see what the fuck's going on here with it, but
Yeah,
I don't
well,
feel like that's why.
shit. It would be the reply, but I'll give you that one for free.
I guess was it purpose, why is it here? That kind of news.
Let me see here. I'm gonna write something. Let me see.
Yeah, take your time on that. Well, you can have their spar going on while you formulate the reply.
Actually, wait, never mind. I'm not gonna be right back.
Actually, we can all be right back. Why don't we take a 5-10 minute break real quick? Since it's been, what, 2 hours? Yeah, we're 2 hours in.
Yeah.
Let's
Sure.
take...
Alright.
Yeah, so use the restroom, take a break, and I will come up with that message for you at the beginning of the... when we get started. I'm going to get me a drink real quick, and then I'll put this to the good old thinker.
Star,
Yes, sir.
it is 1 gold and 2 silver pieces.
Alright.
For a full staff and 20 arrows.
That'll work. Go ahead and mark that off, and you can have it. Okay, and I shall return shortly. Hoo-ah.
Oh, Zareth, did you have a list of all of the shit you had on hand?
I don't have that much anymore.
No, I meant before the kidnapping.
Yes, and I removed everything from my inventory.
No, but do you have like an itemized list of what you did have?
No.
Like, did you maintain a copy?
No. It's
Oh.
gone.
I'm aware it's gone. I say, if you had a list of the stuff you're missing, we could start fishing around and trying to get some
I
of
still
it back.
know what I'm missing, and I'm looking for 3 things that I would like to have back. First of all, it's that quiver, because that was just a big punch into the fuck you realm for adversaries. The sword that Borden made, and the boots of spider climbing. And I wanted to check the auction house if maybe Rissa tried to get rid of it.
What was it? You had the Cloak of Elvenkind as well, did you not?
Yeah, I did as well. I presume either
Sorry.
Aegis Arcana or Perincia, I should be able to buy a new one, and I have the funds for it.
Well, depending on how possibly another activity goes, like the company has funds. I don't call it insurance, but we have funds against, massive loss of stupid. So.
Yeah, you
Sorry,
offered
what?
me that week. No, that insurance does not involve spare life.
Start.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a fair amount of shit missing, and I either need to crack open that key and be like, hey, so that's not, that's not acceptable. You want us to try to keep helping you out. Yeah, he might have been a dick, but his stuff is still our property.
What, are you pointing this at me now?
I mean, considering it was Minerva's minion that went and stripped him,
Well,
I don't have anyone else to point it at.
I wish you wouldn't, because there's still a possibility it could show up again. Because somebody didn't do shit whenever they had the chance. And I'm not going to give it away, like you can instantly get it back if I tell you.
No, I'm just gonna be like,
You can blame me
this
all
is
you
more
want,
of a
but
thing Star.
I'm not mad.
This is
I
a
know.
thing of, hey,
Why'd
we
you-
know where the stuff is,
Mm-hmm.
and we need to have it out, figure out, if you're not going to give it back, then there's something else that needs to happen. Like,
No, I'm
cooperation goes both ways.
I am not keeping it from him. What I am doing is, it's somewhere. I know where it's at. He does not. He hasn't made any attempt to investigate where it's at. He has his assumptions, but he never inserted anything into the world to look for it. So, without that...
No, I wanted to do that, like, when we got some time for it, so after the break. I would like first check the option out, see if Riz is trying to dispose of weird things.
Oh,
I mean, if they're that dumb, then it's going to be just as simple as, well, that's stolen property. I know for a fact because I made the shit.
New rule. If you do lose shit like you did, keep it listed because it's not gone from the world. It has to be somewhere. And I'm not going to give you hints exactly how to get it back because I know there's several ways that a player could initiate to find these items regardless. I mean, I don't want to give you all the answers. I mean, you can figure it out.
I'm not asking for the answers. I'm just be like, hey, this is probably the first port of call we're making.
Yeah, by all means. Like, I'm not keeping it from him. He can have it back if he manages to find out where it is, who he needs to talk to, and negotiate or whatever it is he has to do to get it back. Like, it's not destroyed. It's not me keeping it from him.
His ass is coming with me if I pop that key.
Yeah.
Because, you know, that's kind of a thing.
If that's a thing you want to do, we can explore that route. But I don't want to just give you anything on this particularly because I want you to discover where it went, not me telling you what you need to do to get to it. If that makes sense.
No,
I'm trying to be vague,
makes
but at the same time, I'm trying not to give you any hints. I'll give you the hints as you earn them, as you find locations or people.
Yeah, and I am perfectly fine by losing all the shit entirely.
I mean, I kind of want my self-made shit back because
that was a nice piece of work. That was a nice.
I'm a dwarf, and you know my creations have been removed from my realm of knowledge of knowing where they're at or where they could be. And yeah, I might not be the dwarfiest of dwarves, non-drinking and all, but metal is still metal.
Who needs metal?
There was a secondary purpose to this whole thing in the first place, though, and Zareth bypassed that purpose and just decided to keep playing Zareth. So this wasn't done to be spiteful to anybody.
I'm not saying it is spiteful. I'm just like,
yeah,
we have,
but it's still in the world. It is still there for you to discover where it's at. You just got to make the attempts to go look for it. That's all I'm going to tell you. But anyway, let me think about what I got to get for your divination, and we'll be coming back here shortly.
I just know how much you like your surprises.
Yeah, like
and when they come from the party, they're...
Well, I'm not trying to take it away from you, you know.
Oh, and I'm not mad about it. Like, it's totally sensible to strip your prisoner.
Yeah.
Anyways, so when are we gonna go and oh wait, no, we don't want to do that.
But yeah, I'm gonna be back real quick. Be AFK for real quick.
No, we're still on break. Technically.
Alright, I think I got something for us.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
I can probably get accurate-ish list of the valuable items or the interesting items that I had in my inventory.
Also, the gold, if you had the gold or gems or anything that you had in your bag.
The gold tallied up. I had a total value of around 740-ish gold.
Oh.
750 on person at the time.
Alright, well, we'll come back to that whenever it comes up again. But, yeah, if you can figure out what you had before. Like I said, I never said these items were totally lost. I've been waiting for you to actually make an effort to ask questions or talk to people. So, we come back in, and Borden went up...
Was everyone back?
Yeah, everybody's here, right? Oscar?
Yeah, I was just redoing.
Zara, Cindy, you're back. Draken,
Yeah.
Okay.
Cindy, say something.
She just typed back.
They said back, but I'd like to make sure they could talk.
Hello. Just
There you
finished
go.
up eating my last
All right.
bit of meal.
Alright, just making sure you're here. Alright, so Borden, you head to your room to light some incense and cast divination. Is that right?
Yeah.
Alright. So what you get is this. Darkness conspires with the devil's left hand. Army will raise and tear down the land. Unholy skies will rain from above. Beware the storm of darkened cause. Unholy grass the winds don't blow. Hell incarnate may soon roam. Day 1 past, distortion begins. Day 2 past, signaling an end. Day 3 comes, the darkness whittles in. Day 4, dark walkers will descend.
Oh, so it sounds like the vampires are opening up a massive, nasty portal.
That's not good.
Probably with some assistance from Minerva. I can't think of a better devil's left hand.
See, I told you we should have helped the fighter.
I mean, it sounds about right. I don't know, she might fancy herself the right-hand man. I don't know.
So a battle with devils? I didn't sign up for this. Well, I guess I didn't sign up.
You didn't sign up for anything, but now you are signed up for it.
You're a
Good
member of
point.
the, you're a member
Whether
of
you
the,
like it or not.
you're a member of the Adventuring Guild. Of course you're signed up.
Oh, that's a good point. I have this job.
He's
I
in
will-
her room, by the way.
Yeah. I mean,
Sister, I will pin this down, the response I got.
yeah, and I got it saved on a file that, or I will save it. So actually, I might just make it a handout.
Well, I was gonna copy I was gonna put 2 copies of it. Find our little Aaron missive boy that runs around,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that.
and send one to the guild and one to the temple.
That sounds really bad, Gordon.
And let's check up on Sparrow, see if he did anything since he got that message from me when we first ran into those vampires.
Oh, you mean the message that you're not entirely sure was delivered?
I think it was delivered. It was just my disguise was like crap.
Yeah, that one.
Mm-hmm. So what else are we doing, guys? So you're gonna send a missive to the temple? No, basically saying what's in the divination or what?
Yeah, all the preamble would be like, so today I performed divination to figure out anything I could about this dark cloud, and here's the response I received.
Alright.
And also the same one to the guild saying, hey, yeah, this is the thing, pretty much. A little bit less formal to the guild because they're not as religious, so to speak.
Right.
It's more of a business relationship as opposed to a, you know,
Might want to be telling them ready your arms just in case type situation.
yeah, because I can take myself properly to the castle and be like, seek an audience with Sparrow.
Alright, so you sent off your missives. Is anybody... Are you having any conversations with anybody at your place about this? Is there anything that we need to talk
Well,
about?
I would have sat down with them and been like, hey, so I did my, divine questioning answer deal, and here's what I've got. And I've already shared my conjectures about either Minerva or the vampires being close at hand with the Dark Walker comment, but also the Devil's left hand.
Well, Minerva said she had a problem with those vampires.
So I guess that means she probably wouldn't be helping.
I don't think she looks at this, if she's the one in fact doing it, as helping them. I wouldn't put it past her to forcibly rip them from their castle and drop them in the middle of town, though, for quick and easy disposal of an issue.
Well, if the battle is coming from the sounds of it, I need to find a way to equip myself, at least with something.
Well, and depending if I could actually get an audience with Sparrow, we might be able to see if we can't request a few extra supplies from a royal armory.
So
We do
who's
have
this
the-
Sparrow?
Cindy's never met or heard of Sparrow exactly, has she?
I don't
Because I
think
know Oscar and I interacted with him firsthand,
I think
way
So did
back in the
Sarah.
day.
Yeah, that was way back when you were just investigating the bleed.
That was still with, what was it, Neva and
Alexander.
Alexander, yeah.
Hey, Isabella, could I borrow a cup of gold?
Isabella's in her room.
Oh, okay, I would head up to her room. Because need to ask her stuff.
Alright, well, you'll ask her in a moment. Was there anything else you needed to plan?
I mean, if no one else has an input or plan idea other than attempting to seek an audience with Sparrow.
Alright.
Well, we do have
Well,
an adventurers
that's-
guild nearby, so we could ask them for help with this.
I'm sending missives to them and the temple as well. This is something I'd rather discuss face to face with Sparrow.
Oscar, later today, can you take me to the Arcana?
Yes, I was planning on doing that and one other thing as well.
If you'd like, I'll pin a third missive for the Arcana. I know they don't put much stand in Divine Casters, but
Well, they might have someone that is interested in this, possibly can help. And maybe I can find a proper cloak there.
So do you think trouble will happen today or no?
on a star, this would be what, day one past, that's when it appeared,
Mm-hmm.
and we're on day 2.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we get today and tomorrow, and then everything starts going up.
Okay, then. Then I won't take a short rest. Won't.
Why do you even need one? You didn't
They used
do
up my
anything yet.
spells.
You just woke up. How did you use all your spells?
She flew up and tried to dispel magic.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay.
Good for
Yeah.
Point taken.
Wait,
Yeah.
Either way, so Draken goes
Well,
to Isabella, or what? Go ahead, I'm
I
sorry.
was gonna say on the subject of short rest, you don't have to go with us to Sparrow, and you could probably cram it in during our meeting there. But
Okay.
just like we got to break you that short rest habit. I get it. You don't have that many
Yeah.
spells per day.
Yeah, I understand.
You gotta pick your time when you actually should do that. A little bit better. Like, not every time that you
Okay.
come off a fucking spell. Or from casting.
I mean, it wasn't a
spell.
bad idea. Doing
No,
what
it's
you did.
not. But
Yeah.
yeah. Like,
Yeah.
the day is still active, and right now there's no real threats,
Yeah.
or really no reason to do it. But, at any rate, Isabella, you hear a knock at the door, I suppose?
Come in.
I'll open the door and walk in. Hey, how are you holding up, Howard?
Good as I can be right now.
So, I was gonna head out and, hopefully I wanted to get a couple items here, you know. I was wondering if I could borrow a couple gold, pay you back when I could.
I hand him 11 silver.
11 silver? Alright, I can work with this. Thank you.
Best repay me because that's all I have.
Oh.
Go, get what you need. Don't get in any trouble.
I'm not. I'm just heading to the... Wait, don't they make weapons here?
I'm going to accompany you because I don't trust you.
No, I was just asking, do they make weapons here, don't they?
At this shop? Yeah, they should.
I
make
suppose
weapons. I make rather magnificent weapons myself.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I
if you're just
suppose
going to be
that
in
they
the
don't
local
make
area, I'm just going to sit here, okay?
Yeah, I'm just going to buy, like, maybe a sling. I used to have one. Well, used
Probably
to.
you won't find a sling, by the way.
Hmm?
You won't find a sling down there, but I know somebody who can make you one.
Pretty
Yeah.
sure slings are made of leather.
Yeah, think about
Yeah,
that for a
sling-
minute.
Funnily enough.
Think about that for a minute, Isabella.
Who do you know? I know what I can do.
Yeah, I was just saying, he just said he's going to go down there and find a sling.
Sling and maybe a quarterstaff.
None of them which are made of metal.
Yeah.
Well, you saw
That's
Sarah buy a
Pulls
quarter.
out her leather working tools.
What? What are those used for?
Point to skin you alive.
I would love to see
I know
that.
how to make alcohol.
Before you-
I don't know what. they're making.
Before you skin your sibling,
Halfling cloak.
make sure I can't hear. Because if I hear, I have to do something. If I have plausible deniability, well, weird shit's happen behind closed doors. It's D&D.
Oh mercy! Can you imagine a new halfling cloak? It's like a tie for her.
Okay. We need... Well, I need to go hunt anyway, so... If you can give me time to do that, I can make you a whatever you need, okay?
The sling?
Yes.
I mean, okay, but I'm still gonna go out and get a quarterstaff, so... I'll be right back. Maybe I can accompany you. We'll see what happens. I walk out laughing.
You say that, and now I'm gonna have to roll something. When are you gonna word your stuff that's not gonna make me trigger on you?
Oh no, that's supposed.
Don't
That's
worry,
supposed to
I'm
make
messing
her
with
go, like,
you. Yeah, just keep in mind I'm listening too, and But anyway, you're fine.
Anyway.
So if you want to go buy a quarterstaff, Zareth, you had a price on that, didn't you?
Yes, it is 2 silver.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So you can find one for about 2 silver. For the most part, let's see. So Isabella's planning on going on a hunt. You get your staff. The other guys are going to head up to the castle. Is that right? I'm just I'm sorting out where everybody is and what we're doing, so I can kind of put my mind where we got to go. So, castle.
I had a quick question.
Answer. Go.
How much is, like, ammo, like, you know...
Can you pick up a rock?
Well, I wanted to get some, like, metal, ball bearings.
Unless you want +1, you're better off just picking up rocks off the ground.
That's so boring.
Yeah, well, they don't see a point in having a bin full of rocks. Or, I don't know, if you want...
Ball bearings.
You can buy a bag of ball bearings if you want. It'll still act as a pebble. And they have a price in the guide too, I believe.
Yeah, it's 1 gold for 1,000.
Well, there you go.
So, maybe I can buy 500 for 5 silver?
Sure, why not?
Perfect, because I don't have enough.
Walking around broke as a joke. And still laughing about it. Okay, so that takes care of you, right? And Isabella's going to get ready to go on a hunt. And the rest of the guys are going to go and seek an audience. So we're going to focus on the bigger group first. As you guys are preparing, how would you like to prepare? So I'd like for you to keep in mind, you're going to the castle grounds and you're hoping to make an impression to where you can be heard. So,
I mean, I'm going to walk up to the gate and request an immediate audience with Sparrow due to the concerning events taking place overhead.
What? Okay, so we're going to go right to that scene. And who are you to be asking for, Sparrow? The guard says in reply to you.
I'm Borden, cleric of Kasia. I performed a divination and received rather terrifying news. Hence my request for an audience.
He'll tell you, wait here one moment, and he has the other guard kind of keep an eye on you. And you actually see him actively go towards the gatehouse, and then head towards the front of the castle and into the double doors that lead in. About 5-10 minutes pass, and then eventually he comes back and he's like, alright, let them in. And he says, I'll lead you to the chamber. You're granted this audience because they are looking for information pertaining to such events. So, come with me. And 3 of you, I believe, are escorted into the chamber. Big old fancy hall filled with like red carpeting and draped with the colors of the kingdom, kind of like on banners around the side of the hall. And you can see like what looks like a podium up ahead where a female figure is seated, and standing beside her is Sparrow. And you see a court full of guards on either side of them, bodyguards that are up close to them, and basically noblemen who are all here bickering at each other about what's going on. And you can see the woman's just kind of resting her hand on her chin, looking at him bicker, and she's like, oh, when will this day end? You can kind of see her mutter. And they notice you guys coming in. Alright, silence. Silence, you morons. We need to stop it. Alright, so I've been told that you have information about what's going on outside. And this is the female figure asking you. And you can see Sparrow right there next to her.
Yes, I was performing a divination earlier today, asking to help determine what was going on. And I received a rather grave answer.
Proceed with your divination then, good cleric.
I've already cast it, but...
Well, no, she's just asking you to tell her what it said and everything. I mean, if you want to graze over it, that's fine. Otherwise, you can read it out to her.
No, I'll read it out because character. Darkness conspires with the devil's left hand. An army will raise and tear down the land. Unholy skies will rain from above. But where the storm darkness cause. Unholy grafts the winds don't blow. Hell incarnate may soon roam. Day 1 has passed. Distortion begins. Day 2 passed, signaling an end. Day 3 comes as darkness whittles in. Day 4, dark walkers will descend. We are currently in the second day.
And there's like a commotion around, like all the nobles are like speaking up after you say that. You know, just a whole rattling of different voices trying to digest everything you just said, and the queen's looking over, and then she kind of looks up to Sparrow, and he kind of gives her a nod, like it sounds about what we've kind of concurred, so he must have gotten a better divination. And she's like, very well. So, interpretations, what do we have? She kind of like openly asked everybody, even you guys in the room.
Vampires.
But perhaps this should be predicated as well.
Yeah, the rattling of the room continues once more as they're all outbursting. She's like, silence! They settle down. So we're dealing with vampires?
I believe that Day 4 refers the Dark Walkers specifically to vampires. It was just last night we actually came across one ourselves. I believe before she was turned, she was known as a wanted criminal here. The assassin killing women on the street. She was taken by Count Strad von Morovich, or whatever the fuck his name.
Van.
Morovich is right.
Yeah, Morovich is right. Van. Strahd is Strahd, but that's not here.
Strahd is Strahd, yeah.
But I will not lie, it is probably inspired by Strahd as well.
She was taken and turned by Count von Straussen, that's the one.
Yeah.
I knew I wasn't too far off.
I put it on the main page. It's right there.
Yeah.
Nobody reads what you write. Just like nobody reads what Mati's saying.
Well, no, I've got stuff covered over the page right now. Character sheet.
I know. Yeah, I'm just giving him crap now.
And I believe, Pharaoh, you or someone here at the castle may have parlayed with a week or two back, it would be at this point.
Don't remember.
I know we've had downtime, so a month or two.
Yeah, it's been a while. Don't recall anything. Like, if they were, we wouldn't know who they were.
They came in a black couch in the middle of the night. That same night I sent you a message. I'm just not sure if it ever reached you.
You sent me a message. What did it say?
There are a bunch of that 5 vampires entered the city, and I saw them enter the castle.
I think I would remember if I got that message, so I must not have.
With a description of what their couch looked like.
Why are you calling it a couch? You mean coach?
Carriage.
Carriage.
Yeah, I'm confused. I'm here thinking about a living room couch now. I'm like, what? Gotcha. Alright, so, yeah, he's like, I never got that message.
Further interpretation.
Yes.
The devil's left hand. Unfortunately, we've had a number of run-ins with the being calling herself Minerva. Are you familiar with this?
There's a soft lull, like certain people do, and then you can kind of see Sparrow react to the word, obviously. I think I recall seeing her once. Didn't have a full interaction with her, but I was made aware of who she is.
Now, I don't know if she is the one reference with the devil's left hand, but it would make sense seeing as she fancies herself the new goddess of chaos.
More people are like, what? You know, more ruckus being heard, and the queen, it's like, silence! I'm trying to hear! And then they're like, oh, sorry. Continue, good dwarf.
So yeah, I've already sent that exact divination pinned in a missive to both the Adventurers Guild and the Temple of Kazuya here. Because should day 4 come to pass, I believe we'll need every arm we could muster.
So we need to prepare arms. And she kind of turns to one of her sidekicks, or, you know, like a messenger who's right
Lackeys.
there. Yeah, one of her lackeys.
One of her lackeys.
One of those
Page.
things. Yeah, a page, if you want to be proper, yeah. Alright, go tell the you know, she's like telling them, alright, get the military ready, go tell the commanders, and let them know we need to get everything ready, just in case something bad happens. I mean, you can kind of see her over there whispering something to them, and, you know, and Sparrow's just kind of like looming in thought, like you could see him constantly thinking about what's going on.
The gears are turning.
Oh, the gears are turning, and he's like coming up with plans or whatever he might be doing. He's in deep thought. So, and the queen kind of turns back to you. This is alarming. Like, the cloud overhead, it's just been expanding on our territory. And I honestly don't know what else to do. I've been bickering with these guys as she kind of like floats her hand around in front of her to try to come up with some way to deal with this nonsense. And we've tried everything from dispel magic to, you know, teleportations to Misty stepping this away. Just random bullcrap that has not been working. You heard me. That was a bullcrap idea, but I let you do it anyway. She points to one of the wizards that are like, oh, okay. And she's like, if the worst comes, we do need to be prepared. We'll need to prepare safe houses.
Excuse me, but since we're quite certain that we're facing vampires, is there a way to reproduce sunlight?
Short of magic, right, Sparrow? Yeah, like, those who can cast radiant damage can create what could be considered something, but you can't concentrate it. Not what, well, see, here's what I've been thinking. Like, this cloud might be making the land unholy for them to be able to walk during the day. I mean, that might be something they can do. I mean, that's where I'm bumping my head into. Like, is that what they're doing? And it would make...
Would daylight work or no?
Oh,
The spell daylight?
well, what are you trying to do with it is the problem. Like, you can't just produce enough sunlight to be the sun, you know what I mean? I mean, and he's...
That's pretty much what sunlight actually does, I think.
Read your spell card. What does it say?
It's supposed to be a light that...
But Sparrow continues on, like, I don't know. I'll keep thinking what might help, but we're unsure how spells like that will work in this field as well.
Well, if we take a giant magnification glass, we might be able to focus that light somehow. And if we can reproduce that spell in a large quantity, that might just give us an advantage. Like a searchlight to shine on them. If they come from outside the city, maybe even burn a hole in this cloud.
Anything is worth investigating, right, Sparrow? Yeah, as you wish, my lady. Alright, well, we'll consider every ideal, and for like the better part of maybe an hour or so, you guys are going to be consumed in this meeting, which we can interpret like the ideals you want to come up with and use and initiate.
There was a thing at one point back in, I think it was 3.5, and it was called Consecrate. I don't know if there's a 5e.
I think it's like a blessing. Like, there's a land blessing you can do to make the land holy.
Yeah, that's the one. It's the name that's eluding me right now.
Yeah, it's a druid spell, I believe.
I thought it was also under cleric.
There's a cleric spell like that. It's like a 7th level spell.
What is it, like purify land, or
That's also
or
one.
blessings of the land? I don't know.
See, it's
Holy-
not blessed.
Is
That
it
doesn't-
holy, unholy land?
Temple of the Gods, I think it is.
Temple of the Gods is a Xanathar's option.
No, there's something in the player.
Is it Hallow?
Yeah, hollow ground.
I think it's Hallow.
Yeah, that's it, because we were looking at that once, I believe.
But the downside, that's a 5th level spell, and Forbiddance is a 6th level spell. I've been making, because there's Forbiddance and there's Hallow.
Oh, you gotta post it, alright.
Yeah. Like, Hallow is a great option, but we need to be... Well, any of our Divine Casters. When do we get... Is it 6 level spells at level 11? Yeah. So we have to have a pile of 11th level clerics for Hallow. Temple of the Gods is a 7th level spell, and so you're looking at 13th level cleric for that. Or, you know, associated Divine Caster.
These are all good ideas we can try to implement. But focusing the scene as you guys are having a conversation with the...
Well, these would be spell names I would know of and would throw out, but it would take a more powerful holy man than I, you know.
True. I'm just trying to change
That's the way I'd
scene.
have to phrase it.
Yeah, I'm trying to change things so we can get back to the other people too. And we will come back over here in a second. But, Isabella and Draken, where are we?
Well, I was
preparing
out
for my
buying
hunt.
stuff.
Okay, maybe I should just ask one at a time. Isabella, where are we?
I'm still in my room preparing.
Well, you're prepared. What do you want to do now?
I guess I'll walk out the door.
That's a good start. Where are you heading?
I guess to the forest.
Alright, so you're looking to track down some prey. Make me a survival check. After setting out, you can start tracking down various beasts here. I'm gonna try to spice it up a little. Like, dire wolves are fun, but let's see what else we can get. Give me 1 second here. Try to make this quick so we kind of look something up here. Yeah, aboleth. That's what you find. No.
That's a bit of a mess there.
No, that's... Yeah, what
How
we...
did it get so far inland?
I know, I'm trying to think winter creatures as well. Let's see what we got as choices here.
Polar
Why
bear,
is it
maybe?
above ground?
Don't
Oh
help.
my- I wasn't trying to help. I was talking about the aboleth.
Yeah, aboleth couldn't get inland anyway. Alright, so... For the most part, you kind of catch the trail of some wolves, of course. Some riding horses that seem to have travel through the area, and then you can find what looks like tiger tracks of some sort as you get closer and closer to like a rocky part of the terrain, like on the edge of the forest range that you're by.
Okay.
Alright, so you're gonna follow that track?
Yeah, I'll go after the tiger.
Alright. Let's see if he's actually in here. Alright. So, following the trail where the snow's been covering the rocks, you can make out the pads, and you get about 60 feet away from what looks like a tiger of some sort, just kind of like smelling the air and looking for prey. He's a good 60 feet. How do you want to do this?
I want to try to approach it by stealth, but I'm not gonna.
Yeah, so make a stealth check. And I will make the perception. It is unaware. So you get...
Slowly.
Yeah, you get...
Slowly. Go ahead, Star.
No, by all means, ladies first. No, you get within 30 feet of it, you're fine, nothing happens. You're able to get closer if you want. I'll let you decide what you want to do now.
Yeah, I want to get closer to.
Alright, so how... Yeah, you can get right up on it. So, surprise round goes to you. You managed to stealth up on it.
Okay, I want to hit it over the top of the head with my sharp barbed tail.
Roll your quarterstaff. No, you can do that next, but go ahead and roll your attack. That will hit. Go ahead and do damage. Whack! So you rake your tail across it. Oh wait, I rolled the initiative for the wrong animal. And now I'll need you to roll initiative. So you whack this thing for 7 points of damage. It growls out and gets in a position ready to pounce you as the two of you get ready to fight. So let's change it up a little. Let's put this on. So let's see here. What can you do, Tiger? Movement of 40. Okay. He will, as you rake your tail across it, it kind of turns around, notices you, throws out a bite attack as it tries to come out and lunge at you. 22. For 9 points of damage as you see these saber fangs just take a bite into your arm. It pierces into your skin. You quickly pull away and you're bleeding a little bit on your arm now.
Okay, you bitch. Let's go.
Wow.
Call of lightning.
Go for it. So you raise your staff up in the air. Oh yeah, you're about ready to call down the thunder. And it needs to make a dex save, right? It fails miserably as this lightning bolt charges through the sky and comes at it headlong. 18 plus 7 is 24. Oh god, why am I... 25, right?
I think so, yeah.
Alright. It takes the charge like a champ and it kind of shudders there as it's like, trying to break out of this temporary paralysis which lasts like maybe a second. And then quickly it shakes its fur and then it looks at you and it's like, rakes out with its right claw to try to slap at you. 21. Damn, he's rolling good. For 15 slashing damage as he rips his claws across your chest and you can feel the gashing of his claws tearing into the upper torso.
Okay.
Concentration check, so make a con check. You need to beat a 10.
A constitution?
Yep, you're making a concentration check on your call lightning, which you
Got
succeed. Yay! So your call lightning doesn't dissipate. You managed to maintain the concentration even through the pain, so go ahead and cast your call lightning again. Or whatever you want to do. Rolled a 5 for a total of 26 damage. The final charge from the air comes spiraling down, and then it just crashes into the saber-toothed tiger. You can see his fur getting singed, and then he falls over dead as his body turns into a steaming pile.
Try that again, bitch.
You smell the ozone of where the lightning hit, and that off smell of dead animal meat now. You managed to kill it.
So after
Yeah, but
keeping
it's-
the whole forest like National Lampoons now?
Yeah.
But its fur is still singed, so that wouldn't.
Like where you make direct contact, yeah, it's been singed. But you might be able to salvage
Okay.
it with a good survival check.
I'll do that. Carve it. 22! Damn!
Nice. You managed to carve this saber tooth. You have a large saber tooth leather. Or fur, sorry.
Sorry, didn't mean to do that.
Yeah, that's
What is it?
Yeah, what is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, something's broke.
Yeah, but at least you got that 20.
At any rate, you get a large pelt of saber-toothed tiger. You can defang it if you like to have 2 saber fangs.
Yeah.
And there you go. If you want meat, I would say you have about 6 rations of saber-toothed meat that you can probably get off this thing.
And then meat, you said 6.
Yes. 6 rations of raw saber-toothed tiger meat. Just what you need to feed that starving wyvern.
Okay.
The wyvern is not starving.
I know, he's probably fat as can be. He's about like Pat's right now.
I'm not overfeeding it. Like, I do want to keep it healthy, not
I am-
obese.
I'm just joking with you. Of course, he's taking...
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
Now I got a new form.
You do? Oh yeah, you do. How about that? So if you wanted to turn into a saber-toothed tiger, you can add that to your list. That's another reason why I wanted to spice it up. Get something different out there.
And I want to go and try to find something else.
Mm. As you go try to find something else, like the wild game that you're finding turns out to be nothing more than maybe a couple of hares that are jumping through the woods, a random deer that's just running for its life, and there's no other, like, no...
Can I check? Can I check for the wolves? Or no?
No, you kind of moved away from wherever that trail was.
Well, I mean, I can go
Oh.
back, right?
Ideally, yeah. But it's been some time, so that the tracks that you originally checked might not be there anymore.
Keyword might not.
Yes, it means I'm going to add a DC plus to the survival check if you wish to make it.
Whatever. I'll go about my way then.
No. Draken. Where are we at?
Yes. On the way back, could I try to find some decently off-looking people and try to get them to do a magic, or let me do a magic trick for them?
Make an investigation. We'll see what kind of crowd you got. And what part of town are you in?
I'm around where the.
Where?
I'm not in the bad side of town. I just know that much. Not the south.
Tell me
side.
where you just came from, and I'll tell you where you're at.
Like from the shops where I bought the quarterstaff and stuff.
Alright, so you're probably not far from your own place, so yeah, alright. Several people here, let's see what we got. We got people who are just... You are actually hearing a lot of people yelling out in the middle of the street where they got like set up stands where they can sell some of their items because they couldn't afford to have a shop. So there's like a bazaar that's kind of like in front of some of these shops. You could see customers coming and going, so like every walk of life could probably be listening for you, or like depending upon what you're looking for. Mostly lower class, maybe a couple middle class people, but you don't see anybody who has like noble status of any kind that you can see.
See, because I don't know how to exactly.
What do you do to garner?
I would like to.
Okay, let me ask you. How do you garner the attention of strangers? All these strange people you do not know are walking by. I'd say there's a good 25 to 30 people in this section of the block.
I will. Is there like a pile of boxes?
You can find a pile to stand on top of and shout if you want, or whatever you want to do.
Yes, I will stand up there and I will pick someone from the bustling people who looks to be, as far as I know, and I'll be like, "You, sir, there.
Huh?
Come over here."
Me? And he
Yes,
kinda,
you.
Okay, well, what's going on?
Do you have the ability of magic?
No, I don't.
I will show you a way to duplicate, simply make money out of thin air. All I need is one coin of any type, preferably silver,
Preferably.
silver, copper, whatever you need.
Make
Whatever you want.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. Could I
And this is how Drake dies the second
could
time.
I do a performance? Or wait,
You're asking him
this
to
is
give
how-
you money, so persuasion.
just one coin of any type.
Well, here's a copper. Hand you a copper piece.
Alright. Now watch closely. And as I am doing sleight of hand movements, I want to try to grab out of his pouch 10 coins and then use 4 of them to make it look like,
Alright, make a sleight of hand.
26. I want to grab as many coins as possible without, but
Well, you grab all the coins possible, and you find
I
yourself
want him to
with
still have
only.
some coins, so he's not.
Well, there's only 7 copper pieces in there. You gave me a number. You got them all.
And then I flash and I make it like, look, 5 coins out of thin air.
Wow,
For you, of course.
that's a neat trick. Oh, well, thank you.
And I give him the coins. Well, I bid you adieu. And I bow and I duck out.
He slaps the coins back in his pouch, like, hey, yeah, that was kind of cool, and he walks away.
So how many copper did I gain from that? Like 7, you said?
He had 7, you gave him 5.
So you
So
only
you
have.
have-
two copper.
Congratulations, you're 2 copper richer. This bustling.
Everyone is broke here, as I say, as I'm down a back alley, kicking the dirt.
You just happened to pick the wrong guy. Anything else we're doing? Trying to get things
I'm
expedient.
home.
Alright, you go home. Where Isabella will be coming shortly. Back to the scene at the royal court. I mean, we can go into it in detail off time as well, but for the better part of an hour to a half hour, however long it may take, you guys are finding yourselves locked in conversation with nobles who are like, so what do we do? What are we going to do? How we deal with this? How do we get away from the vampires? What's our method? What do we have to get away from this? And just a bunch of panicking happening within her court. And she's like, you need to calm down. Keep calm, or I shove a foot up your ass. Now,
I would like to, as unobtrusively as possible, see if I can't catch Sparrow's eye.
yeah, so if you want to pull him aside, he kind of takes notice. Yeah, it's been some time, hasn't it? Miss
I
you.
was gonna wait until after the meeting.
Oh, well, that's
Yeah.
gonna... yeah, I'm like...
I don't want to pull him away, disrespectfully from,
Oh,
the
absolutely.
Queen's court.
Yeah, and
Like, she can still yell off with their heads, and then we have a fucking castle full of guards try to wade through.
yes, ma'am. We're painting the roses red. At any rate, yeah, I
Are
mean,
they in the shape of cards?
yes, no. The one has a pack of cards in his pocket. Anyway, so, this conversation goes on and on for a while, and Ray is basically trying to keep them calm and telling them we gotta come up with strategies, not panicking. And, she eventually gets to the point, alright, fine, I'm gonna take my cabinet, and we're gonna go into a closed session, and we're gonna strategize. We'll come up with some strategies. We'll call on you guys later and run it by you as well, and then you can run some strategies by us, but let us go into a closed session, and then we'll come back.
I'm assuming there's a page we'll take our contact details in.
Yes, you, and she points to the young boy that's there. Yes, ma'am. Get their contact info and make sure you know where they are, because I'll be sending you their way whenever we get done. Yes, ma'am. And he comes over there to talk to you for a moment, and she wanders off with what looks like 6 or 7 nobles, and they all kind of stroll off to the back. Sparrow's just kind of like standing there waiting for everybody to leave, just kind of watching her back. At which point offers you the perfect opportunity to nudge him on the shoulder and ask him if you could talk to him.
An opportunity I'll happily take.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He just kind of nods to you and everything. It's been a while. Take it you and yours have been doing some work. I heard great things about you guys.
We've tried to do our best.
War can use more noteworthy adventures, I suppose. Especially in these dark times that are trying to appear. So, you needed something.
I might not have been entirely forthright when I mentioned run-ins with Minerva. I do have a way of contacting her, should she be a player in this particular event.
He kind of narrows his eyes and he's listening to every word intently. Is that so? So, how do you have contact with her?
She likes to conduct business through doorways opened by a key. Due to some previous engagements and run-ins with some of her agents, I have obtained one of these keys. I didn't want to distress the Queen with knowledge that...
Yeah, that's probably for the best. We're dealing with one problem, and this could be another problem she doesn't need to deal with if we could handle it on the low. If we could keep it under wraps, he kind of looks up to the sky in the castle. He's like, if we could keep that under wraps and not have people panicking, that'd be great, but apparently that's not to be. So, yeah, if we can lessen her burdens, that means I would be more happy. So, Minerva, you think she's involved?
It does seem quite up her alley, the mention of the devil's left hand and the chaos that's being caused here. I know you've said you've had mention of her, but I've seen her, I guess, in the flesh, whatever flesh she decides to wear that day. I've heard she has a very mutable form. She doesn't always appear as a white tiefling.
Yeah, she does seem to carry that mostly through. I think that was the one time I actually did see her.
And I recently heard that she had kidnapped Spencer.
Wait, Spencer was kidnapped?
Oscar and Zero came with me, yeah?
Yeah, they're there.
Yeah, he was kidnapped. He's back.
Yeah.
Okay, he's safe now though, right? Okay, good.
Retreat.
Well, that's good news. If I'd known, I would have helped. If I could have, okay.
Everything
well,
is fine now. It's not a problem.
Good to hear. Good to hear.
The Arcana, from what I heard, put together quite the intrepid group. My companion here, Oscar himself, was actually a part of that group to retrieve him.
Oh well, then it's good to know that Spencer's safe. Then he's been a very valuable friend and ally. Jeez, let's see here. And he's like thinking out loud too. Like he'll mutter some things like the sky
And if I remember correctly, we have a verbal agreement with Minerva that some of her lackeys might be able to help with the vampires. I'm not entirely sure how much she tends to honor said deal.
Well, let me see if I got this straight. So you think she's involved, but you think she'll also help? I'm a little confused.
She gets off on causing chaos.
You know, that's not far from the mark. You probably got a point.
And considering that when the vampires came to town the first time, through some of their bewitchments, we put Minerva on their radar. And Minerva has since asked us to try to remove the vampires from the equation. It would not surprise me if it was her creating this portal to drop vampires on top of us, therefore eliminating the issue.
That's pretty chaotic of an idea. Even you're probably right. It might have some merit to it, I guess.
I could be shitting out of my face right now with
yeah,
cockeyed interpretation.
And I'm just like, yeah, that sounds believable. To be quite honest, that does sound believable. I mean, but at the same time, yeah. So, is there anything you need from me specifically? I mean, you were the one that got the divination, and if there's any way I can help, I'll see what I can do.
Sparrow, do you know of a way to block that teleportation or rig up the door, so to speak?
They can't teleport into the castle, I know that much. Like, that is, like, forbidden. We have anti-magic placed around the castle specifically to stop any arcane caster from just popping in, because, you know, protect the queen. But as far as the city, no, there's no way we can cover that much ground. Now, the most we could probably do is use the castle as a safe haven for everybody who can come in, but that's just way too many people. We need to evacuate.
I probably have a way of getting word out on the street.
Well, getting word out is not the problem. Having a place for people to go is. Where would we send these people?
I know the temple should be equally protected against undead, fae, and the like.
Yeah, but there's still so many people to consider. And it's the dead of winter right now. And sending people far away to get away from this mess. Unless there's a way to teleport them out somewhere. And then willingly. Because you know there's a bunch of stubborn people out there who will not move. I mean, this is like trying to rescue people from a flood or something.
This is real life hurricane evacuation.
Yeah, this is...
There are those asshats who, I was born here, I'm gonna die here.
Yeah. So yeah, it's basically, he's considered...
Take what you can save and leave the rest.
Yeah, so he's like trying to consider all this. He's like, you know, this is her kingdom. She wants to protect all of her people if she can help it. So, it's not an option.
How many boats do you have available? Maybe evacuation by sea might be a good idea.
The icy waters is not a good idea, even to ship people on. It's because, I don't think that's a good way to go, but we do have, combat-ready vessels that could be, like the Navy, that we can initiate, but I don't know.
Well, if they're vampires, wouldn't they not be able to cross the sea? So just go outside the range of their spell.
They crossed the sea once before they came here.
Well, here's the problem with that. Vampires aren't the only problem, if I'm not mistaken, from what this sounds like.
I'm assuming it'll be all manner of undead and possibly devils and demons as well.
Just what we need, another fucking demon war. He didn't say fuck, that was my bad.
No, at this point, I think it'd be perfectly excusable.
Yeah, but Sparrow's one of those people who's more posh about what he says, because he doesn't want to be, like, he's not somebody who would come out and cuss unless he is super PO'd, and he's hard to piss off. No, so he'd be like, yeah, this would be bad to have another demon war of any kind.
Maybe some of the people in Corinthia can help.
I mean, we can reach out. Seems to be Cinder and Timor. I know a lot of people would probably like to see Timor eradicated. I mean, sure, there's been peace between kingdoms, but the chance that a kingdom weakens enough to be attacked afterwards is always a tactical advantage if the generals of that nation deem it worthy to pursue. Like I said, he's going into deep thought out loud, and he's like interrupting your own as he kind of interjects.
So, I'm not sure what's coming, but I can promise my hammer and I will be at the forefront should it come to that.
Fair enough. Don't worry, I will also assist in any way I can, even on the battlefield. Huh.
Can your brother possibly help? Because I heard a story you two down a Leviathan.
Yeah.
It has been a while since we've seen old Daneo, hasn't it?
He might be persuaded if he knows there's some action. And if he knows he can go full strength, that would entertain him even more. I could try to send him a message and see if he answers, but we usually don't contact each other out of respect for each other, if you catch my meaning.
Well, the two of you may... What's the best way to put this? Maybe opposite ends of the spectrum. You're still family.
That is very true. You can't disown him. I'll see what I can do as far as that goes. Like I said, if he can let loose, so to speak, I think he might be more than willing to help. But, yeah, I'll let him know. Oh, God. And you can visibly see Sparrow thinking about it even more, and he's like, we're going to lose half the city if we let him come in. So he's already...
that look in his eye. I'm gonna be like, are we going to lose half the city if we don't call him in, though?
Wow, Gordon, that is a very nice way of putting it.
Make a persuasion check with advantage. And this will be his notion to, like, deal with it after it happens or prevent it from happening type situation. So he's, like, considering it. So you make that persuasion with advantage.
One of my worst rolls.
Well, thing is, this DC wasn't very high.
One mod. The advantage is needed.
Yeah, so, you just barely convinced him. He's like, okay. Because this was like a coin flip for me. I wasn't sure which way I wanted to go. Because at the same time, he was 50-50 one way or the other. But we'll say this passes. And he's like, I'll call him. I'll see what I can do. I'll see if I can get us some help. On another notion, maybe the mages of the Arcana can assist as well. He kind of turns towards Oscar.
That was our next stop.
I was planning on going in person or with a missive to them as well.
Yes, there's a few that I would actually like to visit.
Fair enough.
I remember we met one of Didia's old traveling companions who might be rather interested in this.
Get the gang back together again, so to speak.
And I'm leveraging every nasty I can.
Yeah, so no one did Neo.
For you, Gordon.
No one did
Do
Neo.
what?
Yeah. No one
What
did.
was that there?
Yeah, go ahead, sir.
Isn't that the same for you? You said goodbye to some old friends as well, I believe, the day we...
I don't know if we could actually pull from the NPC pool. I don't know how well they've done.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we were going to check on one of them, weren't we?
Yep.
I can. He might be worth trying to leverage as well.
Yeah. And
Because
Sparrow's
if I
kind
can
of...
scry him, I can send to him.
Let's see. So there was Sparrow, Daniil. We did those. We got Princess Ray here, who really isn't a hero. She was just a princess that Sparrow fell in love
we
with.
got Super Smash Bros.
Are you ready for?
We have
Are you ready?
the entire guild.
Are you ready for a lore dump? So yeah, you got the brothers that you're talking to. Like I said, Ray is just a princess who he fell in love with, and she became queen. We have Daniil. Okay, wait. Daniil had Azel.
We have Azalea. Pulling from that backstory.
Yeah, we have Azalea.
I'm sure I could convince dear old dad to show up and cause some havoc.
Yeah, let's see. Who else do we have over there? Who have I missed? Devia, who is with Spencer. Tierra.
I'm sure our lovely poison maker downstairs would love to get even with her sister.
Miria, yeah. I had a story planned for her, but we never got to her today. And then we have, I'm just drawing people out because this is stuff that you can do. We have Granny over at the other place if you really want to get poisonous.
We might be paying a visit back to Felrand in general because we made an impression while we were there.
Oh, absolutely. And
Azalea?
Yeah, we are.
Midnight Star?
Yeah, we mentioned her. Oh, and there's also Smiley and Captain Barlow. Let's see. There are two...
I just had an unholy image of Captain Barlow walking around on land. Safe to sea, but we must protect it all the same.
And Smiley sitting there, you want a weapon, sir? I could hand you something that I haven't used yet. And the damn thing breaks on him. Oops, forgot to put that socket back in here.
I just see him being pulled with a little tiny wooden boat.
Across the land.
Tiny wooden boat with wheels on the bottom.
Yeah. Row. And he's like standing up like George Washington on the rowboat, pointing.
Yeah. There's like two little gnomes. Just
1d12 bludgeoning damage.
Oh man. But yeah, you have met. Like here I am. Like I just said in chat. Like this might be our climatic fight that's coming up, and we're going to be doing a drop back to see how many NPCs we can involve in the big battle, and then try to get you a centered battle that's around you guys. I like where this is going. So this is definitely something we're going to break open within the following weeks. Let me see what time we're looking at. Okay, so we have a little bit more time. We can kind of glance over a few more things before we call it. So, yeah, you guys are finishing up. Is there anything else you want to tell Sparrow before I kind of shift the scene again?
I would also at this point mention Ninny as well.
Oh, I forgot about
and her
those guys.
merry band of miscreants.
Matter of fact, they're in town. Lord and Beho. And to answer your question earlier, Oscar, I wouldn't say he's a demigod, but he's not necessarily... I don't know, he can be
I'm going
killed.
to try to contact him using Contact Other Plane after I go to Dranthia.
Alright, so we'll see how all that's going to be play out. Yeah,
Are we
come
trying
over
to get Kalak in here too?
Holy
The idea was that I'm going to try to get his help and offer my service to whatever extent that is for slavery.
Uh-oh. Huh. I like it.
See,
You're going to make a contract with Kalak?
Yes.
I like it a lot.
well, and I'm also not averse to touching on the not deities in this plane. And by not deities, I mean, like, Bahamut is Tiamat's opposite.
Mm-hmm.
But Bahamut also holds the allegiance of 90% of the good aligned dragons.
Mm-hmm.
So we could truly make a titanic fight here.
Titanic, yes.
Wow,
Oh
the
my
more
God,
of the...
it's like the
Shit. Okay, I like where this is
With what
going.
leverage, though?
Yeah,
So I
so
would like to buy one thing if we could.
yeah, let's kind of get back into the game here because we're gonna talk about more of this as we plan it for next week and everything. We'll bring it out in the stream and everything. But we're definitely gonna plan this out. I think we're hitting a good climax here. So, all right, so yeah, you guys.
Timer's gonna be a fucking wasteland after,
It
probably.
it might be, and that's just the beauty of D&D. Like, the city may have fallen, but it can be rebuilt. And it's going to be like an Independence Day at that point. But
We will not go down quietly into the night.
the famous speech. Yeah. So, you finished talking to Sparrow, or do we need to mention anything else before we move to?
I think I've hit most of the key points with him, and since he's willing to be contacted by us, I'm sure I could send letters.
And you know, he recognizes you guys for what you've done, and these are the people who actually pay attention to you. And he will definitely contact who he knows that might be able to pull some sway. And Denio, God, I would love to see him back in full swing, to be quite honest, because I think just getting a glance of his battlefield will be fun while you guys are doing whatever you're doing, I hope, because, yeah.
We'll see, and isn't our other group supposed to end up here in about a week's time?
They could be, yeah. Holy shit, we can have the collab.
I mean, I still need to do
I'm
that
not
one job.
saying I have. I'm not saying I have orchestrated anything here, but this is all far too convenient to pass up.
It is. So this might be where we collab. Now, hear me out, and this might get complicated for a few of you, but those who made Mages of the Arcana characters, your characters might actually come help too. So there might be times you're playing up to 2 to maybe even 3 characters if this goes the way I'm thinking. But you just got to keep it. I mean, you're going to have to think like a DM at that point. What would this character do and what would this character do? But, you know, that's something we're going to plan out. But I like where this is going. This could be the climax we need to actually, you know, bring the stories to a good spot. And yeah, we'll see what Tiamat has to deal with this as well. That might also be the other feature that's about to happen.
See, because the thing I don't want to mention, but I feel like I need to, is Minerva's got a lot of these rocks, and we have a key to her house. So if we incapacitate or eliminate her, we could get the rest of the miasmic everything.
You know, she is hoping to lure Spencer into a battle, so either way, this works. I mean, I'm just saying that out loud. Not saying how she's doing it, but anyway. Okay, let's get back to the game, because we're burning time that we can... This is table talk. We can talk about this throughout the week, but let's get back to the game so we can kind of get to our ending so we know where we're at. So you guys finish your conversation with Sparrow, and you're making your way back to base in the southern part of this location, back to where you're from. Isabella and Draken. Draken's been home for a little bit, and Isabella's coming back with furs and meats. And the scene kind of comes in with you greeting Riley at the front door. Hey, welcome back, Isabella.
Walking.
Yeah. Draken's somewhere in there.
I'm like in the biggest area trying to do flips and stuff with my new quarterstaff. Not looking very graceful because still not used to it.
Shall we roll the dice and see how graceful?
Oh, okay. What do you want me to roll?
Acrobatics.
At
Disadvantage.
I'd say at disadvantage. Yeah.
But we're...
I'm not doing the best.
You're not doing the best, but you're getting a little bit better. I would say by the time day 4 actually arrives, you might be more used to it to where we can get rid of the disadvantage. But you're practicing, which is important. But yeah, you're in the living space that's back away from all of the shops that are out front, and people are randomly hearing you, yeah, or whatever, and there's attention towards that wall, but nothing else. Isabella, you walk back in, and you can see your brother practicing in the open space of the living area.
I kind of start binging myself up a little bit.
Yeah.
I look at her.
Yeah, she's got a couple gashes here and there. 2 on her arm and claw marks across the chest.
You look like you've been in a fight with a bear or something. Why'd you wait for me to get home?
I needed to get shit done.
True.
Yeah.
Anyway, I got your leather stuff.
Well, you still have to make it into the leather.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
Alright. I'm just saying. You want to make it? I'm just asking. Do you want to start making it?
I'm gonna start making it.
Alright, so you have leather worker
need-
tools. Go ahead and roll your check.
Let me get it real quick.
If it
I don't
quarries...
know if I could help in any way.
No, these are her tools. Unless it was a shop effort and you can help. No.
Or if you were guard.
Yeah, quarry dex.
Strength or dex?
Dex.
I didn't hear that one.
Dex. Dexterity, please. There you go. Yeah, so you spend probably the better part of an hour to one, making sure that the fur is dried out enough for you to use, and then turning it into a malleable material to make a sling out of. And you now have a tiger or saber-toothed tiger sling. It's got the stripes on the back part of the pad. It's got that special little slot there. It comes with all the fixings. It's got a spoiler at the back
Wow.
for maximum
I
damage.
toss it at him, and then I say, "You are gonna help me find something."
Okay, what? As I load up a ball and I
I'm
try
gonna
to
look for
spin it
another
up.
pet.
What? As I'm spinning it up, I just stop and then it just falls out. What?
Are you sure about that? Make an attack roll.
Oh.
I'm gonna find another pet. Yeah.
Hold on. I need a sling. I need to put sling in play.
Lexi's trying to get even with me, it looks like.
Yeah, she needs another pet.
Your pellet goes flying through the air, off to another end table, and then it busts into a vase.
You're going to fix that too.
Yep, I will. I'll pay for that.
With what?
I made, 2 copper.
Dude,
I pulled up 2 copper. Well, I have 5 copper, but here's the money that I didn't spend. I'll
Oh
hand you back
dear
3
little
silver.
brother.
I hand you back the 3 silver I didn't spend.
I'll take it. Like, you need to do better.
I'm still older than you. I look up to
You're
you.
still little compared to me.
Let's go. And I do a backflip and land on her back. You know, like I'm riding her.
I buck off. I buck him off.
Then make an acrobatics. Athletics for you, Lex.
20.
No, 20.
Athletics?
Yeah, you have disadvantage.
Alright,
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
athletics.
It's still.
Athletics. She needs to roll athletics.
there.
Tie goes to the defender. Since the defender is Isabella, you get bucked.
Oh. I will tame you one day. Don't worry. Anyway, let's
That's
go.
a little.
Oh no, I can see such a good punch to the face.
That's not.
Swing that down. Whack.
That's not what I meant.
Okay.
Isabella, you are allowed to step on it.
It is
You can't
puntable.
catch me. I'm
It
faster.
is. It is puntable. Are you though? Are you really?
Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, the
I'm
monk.
faster than her.
At any rate, so everybody else is starting to
go.
come back in now as you guys are having this powwow. So unless there was anything you guys wanted to do in town specifically before coming back to the house, I would say you'd be entering in about this time.
Yeah, one thing. I would like to run by the South District.
Uh-huh.
Look for that beggar guy to deliver a quick message that shit is about to go down.
Make an
in 4 days.
investigation. This guy is purposely not trying to be seen by certain people. Yeah.
11.
Your investigation runs up dry. Like, you run into the kids, actually. And
I stopped the kids.
What do you want?
I got a message for your old man.
Yeah, well, what is it?
In 3 days, stuff is about to go down bad. It's best that you take everything you have and leave.
Make a perception check.
And I'm going to cover my bases.
Well, you can't say that now. I already did the roll.
Yeah, well, it's natural one.
You catch one of them trying to reach for you. Apparently, they were the distraction. And then they kind of pull away from you. Let's see what you have.
Nothing.
Yeah, because I was thinking, if he ain't...
80 gold.
They'll take your short bow that's not +1. And
I have that strapped on my back, so if they want to go
No,
for
no,
that,
the
then-
+1's on your back, right?
Yes, and my short bow is next to it.
Then why are you wielding 2 bows on your back?
I don't have two bows.
Science.
I'm looking at your sheet. You have 2 bows.
I got 2 bows in there?
There's a regular and a +1. I was going to leave the +1 alone. I was basically helping
Oh,
you
I don't
empty
have
your
that
inventory.
+1 anymore. That +1 is gone.
Oh, okay then. Let's see then. Well,
So they can grab some gold, but that's
9
it.
gold pieces, and then he looks at it, he's like, that's all he has, and then they run down the alleyway.
How many did it take? 9?
Yeah, they just found 9 gold, and they ran down the alley. And they clearly said, that's it? And then ran. What was that?
No,
4?
but that's about it.
Alright. Alright, so yeah, they get away. So your message, you believe, has been sent. We'll see how well these kids deliver message. Might be better than the guards, to be honest. Alright, so anything else going on before you guys arrive back home? Borden,
No, that's it.
Cindy, or Oscar?
I'd like to try to
No.
buy one item.
What's that?
The Rod of the Pack Keeper. It was said to be 500 or 1,500 gold. Well, it's supposed to be +1, so 500 gold? I don't know.
Resort is out most of his stock at the moment.
Yeah, it is winter, and
And I did ask for it.
anything relating to warlocks are very discriminating against. But I'll look at
earlier.
something real
that's
quick.
what I
Hold on.
Ordered into.
Yeah,
I
you
mean, I have
asked.
to go to Corinthia. You're more than welcome to come back there. And
Rod of the Pack Keeper +1 is
Yeah.
12,000 gold.
Okay then. Don't know why for 500.
Well, if it's just a regular one, it might be that, but I'm looking at the Giants list. The prices on that, but that's a +1 version of it.
If it's a normal one, then I'll still have to take the normal one then. Yeah. If it's just-
But that still doesn't mean it's there because, like we said, Rezard, who is the Arcanium here,
Okay.
he was supposed to check in on it, right? You go to talk to Rezard, he'll tell you check back in a couple of days, he might be getting new stock, but right now he ain't got nothing.
No, but put it in as a.
Yeah, if you ordered it, he hasn't got it yet, is what he's trying to tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you got it
Oh,
on
okay.
order, he's like, it still hasn't came in yet.
Okay.
But, yeah, check back in a couple of days is what he's telling you. Anybody else? Then with that, the scene opens up with the rest of you guys showing up back at your shop. You can see your workers greeting you as you come in. Riley's at the door. Hey, welcome back. How did it go?
Well enough, I guess.
Not surprisingly well, as far as I'm aware.
Is everything going to be alright? And he kind of looks up at the sky, and you can see the clouds getting darker from whence they were
No,
before.
it is not.
Is there anything I need to know?
Just if you're told to leave, you probably should.
Well,
He's kind of locked up hearing that, and he's like looking inside.
probably grab your stuff now and leave now, so that you don't get caught up in the masses trying to get out.
Well, I can fight if I can help. I mean, what's going on, if anybody wants to be clear with me?
Don't really know the exact problems that might be coming.
Riley, you can step inside for a moment.
Sure, absolutely. And he'll step inside with you all.
So, Warden did a defamation this morning, and he got some worrying news. Apparently, in 3 days from now, shit is about to come down.
Yeah, shit's supposed to go down, but not from the sky.
Which
What do
we
you mean?
strongly believe include vampires. And an army of undead.
That's not good. I mean, I've heard stories,
why-
but
That's why we suggested accuracy.
well, it'll depend. And he's deliberately looking towards the kitchen way as he's staring at Myra. Do they know yet?
Nope, but I expect to be a message coming from the castles pretty soon.
Do you want them to know?
I would like to give them a head start.
And as you guys are having this conversation, there's been customers coming in and out. And
Well, I would have taken him apart. I should really start.
and you're in the living space by now. I mean, but if you were to look out the door behind you, you could see like customers coming in, buying potions, buying merchandise from the armory, and then just buying sweets from the sweet shop. You know, it's a busy, normal day for these people in town right now. And here you have this looming doom that you're all discussing in another room.
For damn good reason.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And well, I won't leave until she does. And if there's a fight to be had and I can help, I will.
You should protect the one you love.
Trust me, I plan on it.
That's it.
Cindy, that is a very dubious thing you just said there.
I'll tell you what, I know it's not much, but while I'm on watch, I'll keep an eye to the sky and see what the clouds are doing. If I notice anything drastic, I'll come back in and let you know or something. But yeah, I guess I'll be watching. I'll be the
Thank you,
I'll
Riley.
be-
That's much appreciated.
Riley earns a new title,
What did you
the
say
Watcher.
again, sir?
What was that, Cindy?
What did you say to me back in the response? The response of what I just said, what did you say to me?
That was dubious
Oh.
of you.
A very dubious thing to say.
What's the meaning of that word? Sorry, do not know.
It's sketchy.
Oh. See Cindy look at you with a sad expression and slowly nod. I know from experience.
Don't worry.
Dead.
I'm gonna go keep an eye on things outside, guys. You go about you. And Riley will depart from there unless there's anything else you wish to say to him.
No, I'm done with that. I would like to check upon my laboratory and probably start hogging some health potions.
Probably not a bad idea. You see an excited Miria sitting at a desk, reading intently while the other two are finishing up some lab work to get these other potions that they've been working on. And Miria sees you come down. She's like, "Ah, boss, come here. I got something to show you."
Brilliant.
So
What is it?
she pulls you over and she points to this picture in an article that she's reading in this book, and it's a picture of a harpoon snail. And she says, This is it. This is what I've been looking for. They say the venom of this snail has the ability, with one dose, kill 30 people. Ain't that amazing? If we could get some of that venom and reproduce it, just think of the destruction we can cause.
Yeah. Is it affectable on undead?
Well, undead's dead already. Why would I want to kill them?
Yeah, then hold that thought for a couple of days.
But, well,
I have a
look. I don't have a means to get it myself, and I wouldn't even know how to touch this stuff if I could. But we need some of this. We gotta get some. It'll be perfect. I could do some wonderful things with this stuff. If we could find someone to go down to the seafloor and pick these things, well, they might.
The seafloor?
Yeah, they're in the ocean.
Well, we have a job lined up that takes us to a boat. I'll see what I can do now.
Awesome. Well, here's what they look like, and she kind of shows you the picture and everything. And they're supposed to have like a harpoon snout that comes out and delivers the poison. So make sure you don't get hit by that, or else you're dead.
So approach them from behind. Okay.
Good luck finding which
How many
way's
health potions
behind.
do we have in stock?
Oh, gee, I don't know. Usually, I gotta remember your guys. Like, I remember Miria because I wrote something for her, but I can't remember everybody else at the moment.
Now, elderly elven male,
Yeah, and what was the
and
gnome?
Nix is blue-haired.
Yeah, so Nyx kind of
Oh,
chimes
no.
in. Yeah, that's all I need to know is their name so I can remember it. Nyx kind of chimes in. Oh, hey, boss. Yeah, you want to know how many health potions we got? Hold on, let me check this out. Goes through a medicine rack here. She's like, we have 8 regular potions left, but they're about to go up there to be sold. Are you wanting to hold some back, or what's up?
We're gonna hold all of them back.
All of them? But that's gonna hurt. Okay, you're the boss.
Well, you see, we come across a bit of bad news.
Oh, what? Is everything okay?
Warden.
Are we going to have a job
No,
tomorrow?
it's
Are
not.
we going to be fine? Please don't fire me!
Mostly.
Pulls on your coat asking you not to fire her. I didn't do it!
Nix, please quiet down.
But,
We did a detonation this morning, and in about 3 days from now, the sky is gonna fall down.
It wasn't my fault, I promise. I didn't have anything to do with the sky falling.
Great. It involves vampires, so I'm quite sure that it
Oh.
does not.
Good. Whew. You see her wipe a brow of relief like she might have done something. Never mind.
So, I suggest that you go pack your things and evacuate. There will be a royal decree coming as well that may or may not offer help of you getting out.
You mean to tell me, and this is Nal speaking, that there's going to be danger here?
Yes, quite so. Last night we killed a vampire ourselves, and then the clouds started forming.
Nyx, Miria. Perhaps we could make some potions that will help combat this. Think back to your training. Maybe we could figure out how to make some liquid daylight or something. We're going to do research instead, sir, and we'll see if we can't help.
That would be nice. Would holy oil somewhat help? That that stuff that they have.
Oh,
in the
that's something the
temples.
church does. Yeah, that stuff won't. That stuff spoils when we touch it. More,
I figured as much.
Doesn't have an effect whenever we mess with it. It'd have to be somebody who is clerical enough to deal with it, I suppose. But just
if we talk about stuff that might help, how about some kind of alchemist fire that burns really bright and really hot?
it's dangerous to work with, let alone contain. But we might be able to do it in small batches. I mean, that's what alchemist fire is. Small batches of what you're talking about. I'm not sure we can handle like a big container of it because it gets very deadly. But that's kind of what we're looking for, right?
Well, I was hoping to burn as much of those things that came true.
Well, he pulls the spectacles on his nose up to his eyes. We'll just get to work on researching for now.
And try not to put yourself in danger by doing so.
We'll be fine, right? Yeah, of course we'll be fine. Nix. Oh, we'll be fine. Don't worry. I'm not going to do that. Thank you. And they kind of like dismiss you at that point. Other than that, was there anybody else who needed to do anything?
I'd actually like to go to my workers.
Yep, you see them pridefully making these brownies with heart icings on it, and then they're making these cupcakes and cakes in the shape of hearts. And Myra and Irina are just working the oven while Lucretia is constantly making sure all the icing is perfectly aligned. She's like decorating everything. You see them busy at work, and oh, hello. Yes, hello.
Okay. After this batch is done, I want us to make as many tasteful rations that we can as possible. We're gonna try to make a big order for the occurrence of something.
Tasteful rations, you say? What? Can you be more specific?
We can use the leftover apples and have make a large batch of breaded rations for people. Something bad is a brewing. I think food might be in storage.
Alright, so so that we don't have to go into like all the minimum stuff involved. We'll say you kind of talk them what you're wanting and the big order to feed how many?
Feed as many as possible. I
That is a
just want
very
to give it out to the masses.
That is a very vague number, and I'm not sure we have enough supplies to make what you're asking for.
Basically use up everything we have.
We might be able to feed 200 people. What is, like, if that's all we need to make, then we can make it. Well, ladies, you heard him. Let's get to work.
Question out of context, Star. How many people's in this country?
We're probably talking
a lot more than you're wanting.
You're probably only going to be able to feed 1% with that. Hey, this is a big city. I kind of drew a shitty map of it. I'll make one better eventually. But, yeah, I might need to make a map of this city just so we have a battle plan. But, yeah, we're talking maybe 20,000, maybe more. Just in this kingdom area alone. The city and the castle.
If I invest an extra 200 gold, could I feed more people? Or how much do you think?
If you're willing to put in more money for supplies, 200 gold would probably expand to about, I would say 3,000.
Okay, I'll do that.
Alright, so you put 200 gold into ingredients, they're able to whip up enough rations for 3,000. Holy crap. So they're done baking their goods, and you're selling off what you have left, and then all you have now are a bunch of rations that are sitting in the fridge. But now you got a new problem.
What?
Where are you going to keep it? You don't have
Hand it
room.
out to people.
So you're just going to make it and give it out right now when nothing's happening?
It's preparing.
I know
It
you're.
takes
I
a
know
lot
you're
more
preparing.
time.
I know you're preparing. I'm just trying to wrap my head around everything you're doing. Like, I haven't hit the final button yet. So if we need to back up and rethink this, we can for a bit. But you know, you could feed up to 3,000 people. But when do you want to feed these 3,000 people? Is one question. Two, if you're waiting to feed these 3,000 people, then where are you keeping this food in the meantime? And three, is it secure enough to survive what might be coming if you wait that long? How about this? You think about that. You get back to me later, like after session or whatever, and then we'll finalize it next week, alright?
Okay.
Because we are going to try to wrap down. So, finishing up, is there anything else anybody else wants to go over before we close session?
I mean, I'd tell the guys to get ready, my smiths to... Right now, quality is not as important. We need possibly quantity, because it's going to be nasty.
Very well. Sir.
Got some stuff to do, but it's by no means in time.
Right. And I think we might pick that up next week. So yeah, we're just dealing with the immediate things here, and then next week we'll pick up with the traveling around and then see what results we get from all the contacts. Yeah, so if everything's covered, we'll go ahead and close the session there. A lot of stuff needs to be figured out, which we'll finalize next week. So join us next week, 12 o'clock, Sundays, for the Timor Kingdom. And then join us Wednesday, maybe even next Sunday or two, for Tynet Kingdom, where we might actually get our crossover. So, yeah. With that, go ahead and say goodnight to everybody watching and everybody who's going to check out the archives. See you later.
Good night.
Bye.
Thanks for coming.
Good night, people.
And with
Good
that,
night.
do you hear that calling? Because it is getting really loud.